like this. I woke up in the morning, hopped in the train, I saw my man, he had a hell in his hand. Hide it from the east, at least I catch a buzz before I hit my block. I think I make a hit from the good ship, lollipop, move the hop, so I can put the hip in the grip. Everybody slips so I can take a trip to the hip, dig a deep, a whole microphone control with soul. Look at my hot eyes and tell me, how could you be cold? I'm coming to you from the underground with thunder sound. Number one question, how can I be down? Well, I tell you, bring your lighter and roll your finger. Back up on your lighter so you see the fire finger. Go from left to right, then front to back. Over, let us give the mic contact. React whenever I keep the head scoping. Don't front, don't you know I got you, don't front, don't you know I got you open. It's the original SB, original crook. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. Check my dialect from my diaphragm, my man. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. It's the original SB in the original crook. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. Check the dialect from the diaphragm, my man. I'm a fool, walk the streets at night like looking for the right one, baby. If it's payday, I'm at your doorstep. I never sweat swinging the F. Nowadays, cause my rep is known for the tricks that is straight like toys in the cypher with my boys. We be getting busy, record shop, I drop the top, I make the seeds pop from the live that I sparked last night in the dark. I be dedicated to the moon, cause it's black. Resurrect, come back. Tell me about the other side, Jack. Now we go back to who got the props. So when I flew up the spot last year on the box, pressure to come back with another fat single. Not to underground to make it stop when you mingle. But what's it? Pay attention to the third verse, and I'ma take you to another level first. Yeah, don't front, you know I got you open. It's the original has me and the original crooks. Don't front, you know I got you open, and you're sweating even be number one DJ. Don't front, you know I got you open. It's the original has me and the original crooks. Don't front, you know I got you open, and you're sweating even be number one DJ. First of all, listen, I'm letting you know that when you see me at a show, you better prepare for the flow right away. I'm dimming the brighter day, it's never sunny, still no nothing move but the honey out the pay. So I enter the brother zone, I come to the front of the stage to let you know who's on the phone, leave it alone. See, it's a hip-hop thing, not a fake drill and drop thing, but only ass slang. You can fool the rest, but you can't fool me. See, the best school me, for the simple fact is the G.O.G. Fuck to the shot, still to the sex and up to the box. So forget the past, no more shorty. Strictly buckshot, I rock it one down to 40 below. I got to let them know that I elevated levels higher every time I felt the fire. People tried this when the jam got cold. Used to be the man, now the band got old. I know the plan, so I keep them scoping. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. It's the original has me in the original crook. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. Check the dialect from the diaphragm, my man. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. It's the original has me in the original crook. Don't front, don't you know I got you open. Check the dialect from the diaphragm, my man. Yeah, without no doubt, this is dedicated to my man, Big Five, Big Trev, Reels in the place to be. I'm coming to get you out, kid, and we out, no doubt.
What's going on, y'all? Blessings to y'all. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the people just falling in to have a look-see, have a listen. Mark Dan, what's going on with you? Hope you are doing well. Ooh, it's been about a week, I think, since I was here. Yeah, it's been about a week. And I hope you guys have been doing good. I've been all right. It just snowed today, so it's in one of them type of days. And I got a little sick grandbaby, so I've been having fun. But yeah, I hope everything has been good with everybody. Uh, I definitely got a piece that I'll be doing for sure on y'all's girl. I know y'all feel like I be picking on this woman, but so be it. Hey, her and Alicia Baumgartner acted scary out here, and I'm just here to call that shit out. But first, I'll get into, we got fights coming up this weekend, obviously. Um, the first card for Zuffa boxing. I know a lot of people are excited about that. I just still am not all the way, I ain't crazy about it. I can't cap. The fights don't look bad. Um, yeah, the fights don't look bad at all, to be honest. I just again, I guess I expected them to start with a more of a bang, right? But shout out to the guys that are over there clearly trying to work. I'm not mad at that. Trying to get money, not mad at that. And a lot of the guys that I'm seeing falling in over there on Zuffa, yeah, well, they're not regulars over here. We're not seeing them on the four belt side on a regular basis. Not to mention, man, look, we ain't even seeing these guys every 3, 4 months. We're not seeing the guys we know and love 3 and 4 months. They're not fighting, but maybe once a year. So I get it. We're all just kind of waited with bated breath to see how Zuffa boxing is going to change the game and how this plays out, right? Ash Lee, how you doing, Queen? How are you? I hope you are well. Trying to be nice about it, man. I'm just saying, a lot of times with the men, we hold these guys to a certain we hold their feet to the fire. And I get it, maybe if men don't want to talk about the women like that, but I'm a woman, so I'm gonna talk about what she's been doing for years, saying she'll fight people and then don't. And I feel like AB's doing this mess now with Caroline. It just is what it is. I don't mind her talking shit. You're supposed to do that. But when you start talking about you don't gotta fight people, nah, we got a problem, homie. And then you at the same time you want to cry about who's not fighting you. It just don't make sense. I like Claressa talking about boxing, her telling the truth on that interview. But I was trying to be nice. I mean, I'm not here to be mean to her. I ain't here to be mean to her. I'm just here to hold feet to the flames. That's all. Yeah. So yeah, on that first card for Zuffa, we got Callum Walsh versus Carlos Ocampo. Again, I guess I just expected more for the first card. I expected more of a big bang um, for their opening card. Last time we saw Callum Walsh, to me personally, he kind of fell a little flat, and it was a little upsetting. Him fighting the Vargas boy, Fernando Vargas, who was trying to bang it out with his brother in the dang hotel. Like, ain't nobody even talking about that one. But he just fell a little flat to me. And I think after that fight took place, I talked about it. I was a little upset with the performance. Definitely expected more. Carlos Ocampo is going to come to fight. So Callum can't be playing around. I mean, it's not like Carlos is a world beater, but damn, if you don't put some effort in this fight, then clearly, yeah, I don't think he's gonna sit by and just let you, I don't know, play games and bullshit like you did with Fernando. He's gonna whoop your ass. He's coming like that. Let me see. Hey, Just Do, I seen you just going like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna try to get this out the way so I can get up over there. I'm holding everyone to the flames now. People don't like when I'm nice. Ah, yeah, I know I respect and like when you go in. I mean, it is what it is. And again, I think being women, it's a little bit different. I get when the guys maybe don't want to for the ladies, but I'm a lady, so I get my shot. I get to shoot my shot. Hey Mike, how you doing? It snowed, Mike. It flipping snowed. I'm not happy about that. So also on that card we got Misael Rodriguez versus Austin Deanda. Julian Rodriguez versus Kane Sandoval. That should be a decent match. The one I'm liking is Omar Trinidad versus Max Ornelas. Um, Omar Trinidad is like a durable little dude. Ornelas, I mean, and they both have this style where they can kind of outbox, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure Trinidad is the one who's gonna press. But it's something a little bit unorthodox about him as well. A lot of times he's off balance, but he still gets these shots off. Not quite like a Navarrete, but it's just he's a decent fighter, and I'm looking forward to seeing that particular match. You got the return of Floyd Cashflow Diaz. He's been out for maybe over a year. I think the last time he fought was 2024, something like that. He's 13-0 with 3 knockouts. Yeah, September of 24. Um, and if I recall correctly, in that bout, he was being coached by his girlfriend, which was very interesting. And Rolly Romero's former trainer as well. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but his name is slipping my mind right now. But he will be facing Guillermo Gutierrez. Then you got Emilio Cardenas versus Marcus Harris. That should be interesting. Robert Merriweather versus Cesar Correa. That should be a banger as well. Both of them are gonna press, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then you got Troy Nash, which is interesting that he has found his way over to Zuffa, right? He is a prospect, and the first time I heard about him was from my bro um, Tay telling me to keep my eye on him, and then look who pops up over on freaking Zuffa. Troy's gonna be fighting Jacob Ramos. Also, this is gonna be your commentating team. Interesting. Some of the faces have made their way back into the game. Joe Tessitore, Max Kellerman, you, Andre Ward, Antonio Tarver, Mike Coppinger, yeah. And the man who loves a good sob story, freaking Mark Kriegel, like Joe Martinez, like, they gonna find their way back, right? They gonna find their way back. Let me see what y'all are saying. Ours is coming. Yeah. If it's over here, it's coming to y'all, man. It's coming. Be ready. I think you're gonna catch some of it too, Ash. Get ready for that snow. I ain't got time for it. It'd be too damn cold for that shit. Ugh. So, again, just covering a little bit of news before I get to the main thing here. Hamza Shiraz and Diego Pacheco looks like have been granted some additional time to come to terms on their ordered WBO super middleweight title fight. The sanctioning bodies have confirmed that a purse bid hearing previously scheduled, that would have been, I think, for this past Monday, last Monday maybe. It's now designated to take place on January 30th. The WBO president, Oliveri, informed, this is from Boxing Scene and other outlets, that an extension requested by Matchroom Boxing was not met with any objection by Queensberry. And, Queensberry promotes Hamza Shiraz. So it looks like he may be interested in going that WBO route over, I believe it's the WBC. Yeah. The additional 11 days can either provide both sides with enough time to finalize the attractive matchup or allow Shiraz to further explore a similar offer challenge for the WBC belt. And again, I think with the WBO, I think Turkey's throwing in that ring belt. So clearly, clearly, let me see. Where can you watch? Where can you watch? What are we looking for? Oh, Paramount. If you're talking about that Zuffa, that's gonna be on Paramount today. Yes, ma'am. What time? I'm not sure. I'm still gonna figure that out myself. I was supposed to be seeing if we even have Paramount Plus. If we don't, I promise y'all I ain't about to buy it. I'll just have to figure something else out. Y'all can use your imagination as to how I'm gonna do that, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh this yesterday, Barrios versus Garcia. They had a press conference yesterday, y'all. And if you did not catch it, I definitely ain't gonna play that mess here. Ryan Garcia. I don't understand why this man even has this opportunity to get the WBC belt. Pretty damn sure Mauricio Suleiman said after he went on his racist rant that he was not going to be able to obtain the WBC title. Yet here we are. I feel like that man was on something yesterday. Drugs, maybe that damn coffee he was talking about in the Devin Haney press conference when they were going to fight. He was on something. I don't know, y'all. That was very upsetting for me yesterday, and all the people that we like who we like. I get it. I get that, and I don't want to sound. Oh gosh, I don't want to sound crazy, but them women that were asking questions. Like I just feel like some of them women they're very stupid. Clearly, people, yeah, they still love Ryan, and they look past what happened with him. A lot of people don't even believe, even though he tested dirty. But it's just the ass kissing. It's and I know it's because that's their people, and it was disgusting. It was disgusting. Him being upset with Joe Goosen. I don't know that I agree with that shit. He's upset that Joe is training Mario Barrios. He's a fucking trainer. He don't owe you shit. He's not with you no more. And when you were with him, you were doing whatever you want. How do we know? Because Joe said Ryan's gonna do whatever he wants to do. I think everybody already knows that. Most people don't even think you're taking this shit serious. I hope Mario Barrios whoops the dog shit out of him. I really do. At least outbox him because we know he ain't about to knock his ass out. But I don't know. Maybe he can catch him with the left. Rolly did. Luke Campbell did. Like shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, it wasn't even a meltdown. It was like a drug induced. I don't know. I swear that dude just looked clammy again, greasy again. He had this stupid backpack again. It's just like the Devin fight all over again. It was just weird. He was doing way too fucking much, man. Hey Tay, how you doing? How you doing, Tay? I hope you are well. Okay, I'm gonna be catching that then for sure, for sure, for sure. We're not getting some. We getting the bulk. Hey, y'all can have that. You gonna get 2 feet? Yeah, y'all can have that shit. Cause it just dusted here last night, but it's freezing, man. I might just turn this damn floor heater on. The heat in the house is on, and y'all, it ain't enough. It's just, it's cold. It's cold. It's cold. Let me tell me, Ryan didn't sound like him, and Joe was in the real. he was he was being a crybaby. That's what I just kept saying. Why don't you shut up? You over there crying. You don't give a shit about Joe. And also to the point where Ryan was trying to say, he double crossed him basically. No, Bob Santos already works with Joe Guzin. And according to Bob and according to Mario Barrios, it was something that was already going to take place in this point in his career because they were looking to kind of extend his training with someone else. So it just happened to be Joe Guzin, who already works with Bob Santos. So it's like, get over yourself. You gonna be trained by your father too. That just tells me again, Ryan probably ain't serious. I hope he gets his head knocked off his shoulders. But I know Mario ain't doing it like that. But damn it, do us a big one. Do us a favor. The way Joe Guzin was acting to girl, like he was hurt. He's hurt that Ryan's coming at him like that. Ryan's hurt that he done left and went. Well, I mean, y'all wasn't already together, but it was weird. It was weird behavior. But I could also tell after a while, it was starting to get on Joe's nerves. He's like, I got a life, dude. I'm not thinking about you. I got a family. I got other fighters. Like, you ain't the end all be all. You was not that important. Let's see. How are you? Shout out to you. I don't know what you know, but shout out to you. I don't like the snow and I hate the ice. Me too. I wish I could move on. Hey, how you doing, beautiful? Angie, baby, how are you? It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. It's always good to see all the ladies in here. Shout out to the ladies. Joe was with Ryan for 3 fights. Ryan act like they slept. Girl, he really is acting like that shit, but that's neither here nor there. Let me get on with the get on here. So, where do I want to go next? Let's see if I can find my information on this here. That's kind of good lord, because I got a whole bunch of windows open. Good lord, good lord, good lord. Well, maybe, just maybe, I might have closed this one up. Oh no, here we are. So Liam Perro and Lewis Crocker still looking to be set up, and this is as of January 18th. Um, as you know, Liam Perro was scheduled to fight Patty Donovan. Patty, and I mean, they went down to the wire. Fight had been set. Supposed to get in the ring. Patty pulled out, right? So Liam says, we're moving on. We stayed in the gym, perfecting our craft. We got the call, and that would be the call for a bout with Lewis Crocker here. Let's see. Yeah, we got the call pretty much that the fight is on. I don't want to get too excited yet. You know, the boxing game until there's pen to paper is just talking. Those are facts. It's exciting and definitely a lot more motivating now. Again, there's something to aim for, and I'm sure No Limit being his promotional company down there in Australia, No Limit can get a good deal in the coming days. It's between Eddie Hearn and No Limit. We love to get it. We love to get it here, being Australia, but I'll fly anywhere. Anywhere. I travel well. We've seen that when I defeated Subriel Matias, and that was for the IBF. That was back in 2024. But so it looks like Mr. Crocker's finally getting a freaking bout. Again, I think I told y'all Eddie's not about to let him just fight anybody. And shout out to Bill and Devin. I know that they want to kind of run through 47. I'm really curious to see who he's going to fight now. I still believe the best fight for Devin, just to tie him over right now, fight Tiger Johnson. Come on. Tiger wants to smoke. I thought I was gonna pull a clip for that, but it's just so much going on in boxing. But Tiger definitely wants that smoke. I definitely want to see that. I would love to see that. T Mac, oh wow, how are you? I hope you've been okay, T Mac. Shout out to you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you're doing well. We're talking about Ryan needs some testosterone. Girl, the last thing he don't need no testosterone. He needs some damn medication so he can take his ass somewhere and sit down and shut the hell up. Who do I got with what Pero and Crocker? If that's what you're talking about, absolutely I got Pero. I just don't think Crocker's like that. I do think he and his coach actually he left his last coach. I don't know who he's with yet, but he adapts well. Clearly, we saw that in that rematch with him and Patty Donovan. He came with a whole new style, even though I don't think he executed it well. But Patty didn't know what to do with a long guard. He didn't know how to get around it. So, shout out to Lewis Crocker for being flexible and adaptable. But I got Liam Perro. I think he boxes very well. I just want the truth. How are you doing, sir? Blessings to you. Shout out to you. Hope you guys are well. Dirt Gay King DGB. I ain't seen you in a minute either. I hope you're good. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. I think Devin will treat Tiger like he don't deserve a fight. I think so too. And at the same time, if you was asking who I got in that one, I got Tiger. The pedigree, the fact that he's seems to be a little bit uninhibited since he's left Coach PJ. That's only based off of one fight with flaws, but he looks so damn good. He looked so good beating flaws. He looked like he was in a whole different headspace even. And again, I love Coach PJ, but if that's what works for Tiger, if that allows him to seem like he's focused in the fight, because that was my issue with him fighting under Coach PJ. He always looked like he was fighting his own self. Like, and sometimes it looked like he just lost focus in some of the bouts, and it's like, I didn't know what was going on with that, but I would have Tiger in that. He don't, and I know Devin knows how to win fights, but I think Tiger has the better boxing IQ. Both of them are really good boxers. So Ryan and I think Tiger wouldn't allow all that holding and stuff. I think they would come prepared. Ryan made that press conference. He is a circus. He's a flipping clown. He's the head clown in the circus. Him and T.O. are the biggest clowns to me. Stylistically, Tiger gives a lot of fighters trouble. He's a fairly large welterweight in terms of length. And clearly, T Mac, he got some pop. He got some good pop. I think it's just, can he demonstrate it, in a match? I like Tiger. Height, mostly, and his jab is better than I thought. I agree. I agree. As I say, and even the power that I didn't. We've seen him knock people out. Don't get me wrong, or stop people. But Tiger and Devin, that's the fight to make. Fella, how are you doing? TWR presents. I apologize to the fight pool for calling y'all. I was trying to close the damn app, and man, I always hit the damn call button. I need them to move that thing. I really do. Coda. Oh, are you serious? Shit. I just want the truth. Is the fight off? Because I didn't see the weigh-in. All that shit he was talking yesterday. I was going to talk about that. Khalil Cole was talking crazy to Jesse Hart. And I had Cole, for sure. I'm going to get to that card. Man. Tiger's Dookie. Oh, look. I'm going to take that off the screen. Tiger ain't Dookie. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. I just want the truth. Don't do that. All right. So briefly, I talked about this a little bit. And as of yesterday, this article from Boxing Scene, Warriors Boxing, Morrell's promoter, called for because this thing is still in limbo, you guys. It's still in flipping limbo. I really wish they would let them fight and settle this. Um, it says that Warriors Boxing called for the matter to head back to purse bid after the ordered bout had lingered for months, and it has, I think, like since July or something like that, without a confirmed fight date. Smith, who's 31-2 with 22 knockouts from the UK, holds the secondary, meaning the interim WBO 175 title, but has not fought since dethroning his countryman Joshua Budiatsi last February in Riyadh. Yeah, Joshua Buatsi. And I know we all know he's fought since, and he looked horrible. And the guy he was fighting was even worse. All the holding. Um, the same show was headlined by Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. That's how long it's been for their last undisputed heavyweight championship rematch, which Bivol won. The fact that Smith hasn't fought since that night completely invalidates the point of holding an interim title. This fight not yet getting over the line is further proof the interim belt has not been properly utilized. In fact, Bivol is now on course to return to the ring to defend his lineal ring, WBA, and IBF and WBO belts before this fight makes its way to the schedule. That is said. Smith Morrell was ordered last July, shortly after Morrell, 12-1 with 9 knockouts, returned to the win column with a hard-fought 10-round decision win over Imam Kataev. And I still don't feel like Morrell did shit there. My personal opinion, I think Imam whooped his ass. You know, he came on later, but if you guys already know, I think Morrell just has a lot of work to do. It's been a while. Hopefully he's been putting in the work. Hopefully. It's just that amateur style. I feel like he's not in the showboating and the hot dogging. It's like, yeah. Thomas Hill, how are you? Great, brother. T Hill, if Pero wins, you think he's going to unify with who? Probably first would be the winner of Barrios and Ryan. If not, you know, they love to just throw some fights up in the midst of that. They kind of drag all this shit out. I think that would be likely because this one, I'm gonna let this lady speak to this match. And I don't know that I have an associated picture to go along with, but hey, I'm gonna let it play. And of course, my browser's a little bit slow here.
Bars with a potential show. The boxing world is a bars with a potential showdown that could shake up the welterweight division. But first, a heated dispute must be settled. Shakram Gyasov, the undefeated Uzbek sensation, 17-0, 10 KOs, is demanding his shot at glory. He's calling out the WBA welterweight champion, Rolly Romero, and the tension is rising. Gyasov's camp, led by manager Vadim Kornilov and attorney Pat English, has sent a scathing letter to the WBA, demanding they honor Gyasov's mandatory rights to challenge Romero. Here's the catch. Romero, fresh off a unanimous decision win over Ryan Garcia, is eyeing bigger names. He's filed for a special exemption to bypass Gyasov, aiming for a potential bout with the legendary Manny Pacquiao or the rising Devin Haney. But Gyasov's team isn't backing down. They argue that Romero has no signed agreement for these fights and that the WBA rules clearly state that speculative bouts are not valid grounds to avoid mandatory defenses. And this is where it gets controversial. Gyasov's letter reveals a history of delays and shifting justifications from Romero's camp. They claim Romero was initially granted a medical exemption, But now the story has changed to accommodate a potential Pacquiao fight. The letter also highlights the uncertainty surrounding Pacquiao's next move, with rumors of a Mayweather rematch swirling. We vehemently object. The letter states, emphasizing the WBA's rules on mandatory obligations. Gyasov's team believes their fighter has been more than patient, having waited since February 2024 and already deferred twice. They argue that Romero's previous delays were based on the promise that Gyasov would get his shot immediately after, a promise they feel is now being broken. With the WBA's decision pending, Gyasov's camp threatens to explore options outside the WBA framework if their demands aren't met. Will the WBA side with Gyasov, preserving the integrity of the mandatory system, or will they grant Romero's wish for a bigger payday? The outcome will undoubtedly shape the future of these fighters and the division as a whole. What do you think? Should the WBA grant Romero's exemption, or is it time for Gyasov to get his long-awaited title shot? The boxing world awaits with bated breath.
Okay, and to answer your question, Ash, Callum is 35. Morel's 28. Yeah. So, I don't know how they're going to settle this, because Rolly, and I'm sure you guys have seen that interview floating around. Rolly says, this is his words, so these are his words. I don't even know who that is. I've never seen the dude fight. So if I don't know you, I don't owe you. Romero was then reminded that Gyasov was in fact the mandatory challenger for his WBA title. And he says, I just don't know who that is. I'm not even going to lie. I've just been focused on my own personal life mission right now. He then revealed he's been having a break from boxing and would make a decision on the fight when he feels like it. I say strip his ass. Strip his ass. Like, nobody got time to be playing games with Rolly Romero. Y'all, I just be feeling the way about some of these dudes. They be bullshitting. I think right after Gyasov is Amantis Stanionis. So let Gyasov and Stanionis run it. Strip that dude. Like, get welterweight division moving. Please, somebody. And Oster, DP Rocker. How are y'all doing? I hope you guys are well. My brother Steph, I hope you are well. I would think he would want Africa and get that rematch. Oh, you're talking about, I just want the truth. He will stay. Look, I'm gonna start going too far back. Yeah, whole facts. Rolly been ducking unit. Yeah, man. And he was banking on that fight with Manny Pacquiao. Clearly that's not taking place. So there's really no excuse for you at this point to be taking a break and fucking strolling along pansies. Just take your ass on somewhere, dude. Just strip him all the way. Zuffa ain't ish. They're gonna have a Russian versus Ukrainian fight. Yeah, well, Rolly wants to be a champ for as long as possible with no work. Yeah, well, that shit don't work. Oh, also with Zuffa. So I showed y'all the card that's happening today. For the longest time, I was seeing, well, first let me go. I was seeing this fight. This is gonna be Zuffa 3. As of yet, they don't have anybody lined up under them, but as you can see, F.A. Ajagba has went over to Zuffa. Charles Martin has went over to Zuffa. Charles, I'm not really concerned about. You know, he's old. F.A. still should be in the game. F.A. should have been rematching Bacoli. I don't know. Again, with this 4-belt side, they've been slacking, man. So all these guys are running up over to Zuffa. So finally, I see for Zuffa 2, we've heard about Jose El Rayo Valenzuela going over there. February 1st, he will be facing Diego Torres. Also on that card will be Serhii Boachuk versus Radzat Butaev. That was scheduled to be on the fight card today, but I see they're moving stuff around. And also, it looks like Kaladzic and Vodzik have both went over to Zuffa. Now, personally, for me, these two last cards or bouts, I actually like those two. Boachuk and Butaev, Kalajic and Vodzik. I'm not really familiar with Diego Torres. I'll have to go check him out. I like Jose Valenzuela, even though he got murked by Gary Antoine. Hey, I will not say though that I like Zuffa because I do not like fucking Dana White. It is what it is. But because of the disarray that's over on this four belt side, it just looks like everybody's starting to run over there, man. And Billy and Brandon Adams have went to Zuffa. It's getting a little crazy. Been telling y'all all these dudes are hoes. Unfortunately, all barking, no bite. It ain't just the men. But Debo's just a bully. That man's name is Devin. Y'all be calling that man Debo. He's not nobody's Debo. Rolly's entitled. He's new. Handed the belt at least 2 times. We know. Yeah, because he bodied Big Watch Barroso. Shout out to Tay for creating that name to get it the first time for sure. And I still feel a way about that. Welcome to the club, Zuffa. Dana friggin' White, the new Bob. Ugh. It's disgusting. And their little intro for Zuffa, calling him the architect, the new architect, I was just like, puke. Same UFC writing or lettering. Yes, man. It's exactly the same shit, man. That shit's solid. You must be talking about the card. I like it. I like the second fight. I do. Rayo's team is stupid. He wouldn't come down to 35 for Tank in his biggest payday, but comes down to 35 for this. Ooh, bum. He could have fought Tank and kept his belt at 140. You know, I just want the truth. I'm really side-eyeing a lot of these guys. Again, I can't say for sure if it's the promotions on the four belt side that's holding these guys back totally, or if maybe it's the opponent that they want to fight. I mean, there's so many bullshit things that happen with these fighters and them trying to make these fights. But now, as you see, they're kind of rushing around to work with each other. Maybe because they're seeing all these guys flooding over there. I don't know. It's very frustrating. But I'm wondering, are these guys making a mistake just jumping up and going over there? But with that being said, let me get into my next story here. Another Eastern European wave coming soon. Plus, Bass, yeah, that's Bass Reeves up there talking that shit. Bully to himself, though. Okay. No comment. No comment on that bullshit right there. So, as we also know, Jai has went over there. Jai becoming the face of Zuffa. How y'all like that? This is the one I was wondering, is he maybe jumping the gun? It's crazy that I feel like that because the reality is Jai has been forced to fight mandatory after mandatory because they were not trying to unify with him. And now Zerto's out here acting like he don't know who he is, but we've talked about that shit before, right? Although I do believe Noel said that he would fight him. He just got the belt off of Badu Jack. But then here we are with this. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. And yes, I had to turn the damn heater on because it's flipping cold, man. It's flipping cold. Okay.
What's up, everyone? It's Joel Pataya. Signing with Zuffa Boxing now, so pumped for the future. Exciting times, man. Let's get these big fights over the line. Unification, undisputed too. Let's go. What's up, everyone? It's Joel Pataya. Signing with Zuffa Boxing now, so pumped for the future.
Yeah, my screen is sticking, man. My screens are sticking. I think I just got way too much shit open, but when I say a lot, trust me, I mean a lot. This computer can take a lot. So that's Jai, letting us know that he went over there, right? Here is another. His promoter, Mick Francis. And he's talking about the fact that he's going to actually still be able to unify on the 4-belt side. And then I got another piece with Dana even talking about the fact that Jai will be able to, but it's looking like maybe some of these other guys that hold titles that have went over there, they might be able to too. So let's just listen to Mick Francis.
To do and he finally gets the opportunity to unify. And a lot of people say, you're about to ask the question, people are saying about Zuffa Boxing.
Can I save that one because I want to get to that bit, but before I get to that, the obvious question that sticks out to me is Jaya Pataya, unified world champion. The fans love him. He does big numbers. You just done 3 back-to-back sold-out shows in Australia. Was this the only offer you had from a promoter? Because when I spoke to you back in Australia last month, I remember you saying that he was promotionally a free agent, and obviously that appears to be obviously signed to yourself. But was there any other offers on the table other than Zuffa?
No, this is it. And the thing is, as I was just about to say, that Jai wants to unify the titles. He wants someone to believe in him, someone to support him and get behind him. Now, Jai's fought in Riyadh seasons, and Riyadh season's been a massive shot in the arm to a lot of promoters and fighters globally, and it's been a really good thing. I feel as though Riyadh season is slowing down a little bit. Last year in 2025, Jai fought 3 times in Australia. Now, we know putting on major titles and world title events in Australia is hard because we just don't have that population, and it's hard financially to make it work. And Jai hasn't fought on a Riyadh season since I think it was October 2024 against Jake Massey. So it's been a while, and it's not through lack of trying. And I just feel as though that we didn't have any other option other than to join Zuffa. And one of the biggest concerns that obviously I had when we first started negotiation was the fact that they didn't recognise the sanctioning bodies. However, it's probably to sweeten the deal and to get Jai across the line is that they will let Jai fight for the titles and unify the division is exactly what he wants to do. And
so they're saying, yep, they're going to allow him to do that. So the other day at the press conference at Zuffa for Walsh and Ocampo, a content creator, a reporter, someone asked Dana about this as well. Shout out to who we got? Red, how you doing? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. TD. And anyone, I hope I didn't, Snacks B. Snacks, I ain't seen you over here in a month of Sundays. I hope you all are doing well. By the way, also, you guys, put your channels in the chat. Content creators, please, by all means, put your channels in the chat. You know what? I just want the truth. I can see this because that's not even somebody anybody has seen until he fought Diego. Nobody was checking for Kevin Lele Sajo, you know. Even though again, I think he's another good fighter, but most of these guys nobody knows and they're not checking for. So it's just another opportunity and platform, I guess, for them to be seen. But let me play this bit by Zuffa Boxing, Dana White being asked about these guys still being able to fight on the four belt side, which we thought wasn't a thing, right?
Last one for me. Question for Dana. You guys announced the signing of Jaya Patel. A lot of fans were excited about that. He said that he's excited. He wants to unify the titles. So just people were questioning how that was going to work, just given you guys' stance on unifying titles.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is sort of a work in progress. What?
Okay. Of course, I get the goddamn dong along ad. Oh, I guess that was it. But that can't be. Hold on, you guys. Let me get that back. Maybe it had been sitting in too damn longs.
To this.
There's levels to this?
We're going to see.
Oh, well, you'll see. Everybody's watching. You'll see, though.
A question for Dana White. Zuffa Boxing, you got your first big card on Friday. Where's Zuffa Boxing in 1 year?
In 1 year? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna, in 1 year, you'll see the difference in the.
He said that he's excited. He wants to unify the titles. So just people were questioning how that was going to work, just given you guys' stance on unifying titles.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is sort of a work in progress. What we really want to do is, obviously these guys all came from somewhere. They had plans. They had dreams from when they were kids and first put on a pair of gloves. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure that these guys can do what they wanted to do, and we'll work with Jai and probably many other guys on stuff like this. I sort of came out a little vague. I don't like to let everybody know what we're doing until we do it. And, like I said, this is all a work in progress. And yeah. Yep.
That just means they don't know what the hell they doing. They just done slap some shit together and they plan to storm, take over damn boxing. And yeah, y'all didn't really think that shit through. So now it's looking like they're opening the doors for more guys to really go up over there. Guys who've been maybe holding titles and feeling like they're not getting any movement over on this side are going to be able to go over to Zuffa with their titles on the four belt side and still be able to try and unify these divisions over here. This is some bullshit, but hey, I'm glad you've been okay, Snacks. Y'all, it's just, yeah, they're just doing whatever. They're flying by the seat of their damn pants. Whatever, I fella. Good Lord. Nobody cares. How you doing, JT? Joe Townsend in the house. How you doing? Yeah, area. I don't know what to say to that. Like I said, I feel like Dana's flying by the seat of his pants now. He had to rethink the bullshit. So we're clearly going to be seeing possibly, again, more guys on the four belt side headed over there. Speaking of guys headed over there, we definitely been hearing the news about this possible little merger. That would be Alexander Usyk being in talks with Dana White. Let me see if I can find that article. So the thing is, this is not official. It is not signed. It won't be sealed and delivered. They're in contact with each other. There's dialogue and there is interest, but the details aren't for the public right now. This article is saying, let's say if few doors are open and if format, numbers, and timing align, the market could see a move nobody expects. At a press conference on Thursday to promote the Walsh and Ocampo fight, White was asked about rumors of Zuffa signing Usyk. He gave nothing away in his response, but he did confirm talks are underway with a number of fighters. We're talking with everybody we think are the most talented people in the world or have the potential to be the most talented people in the world. If White does manage to acquire Usyk's signature, one sticking point will be his stance on the sanctioning bodies. The Ukrainian is currently the IBF, WBA, and WBC heavyweight champion. And with all the history that comes with those belts, it's very difficult to see Usyk relinquishing his titles for Zuffa Boxing's own championship. So again, we are possibly dealing with guys going over there and still being able to have these belts and unify and get these fights done, which again, I think is just going to make it more appealing maybe to the opponent, unless they also sign with Zuffa. But if they feel like, well, damn, they're over there getting shit done, man, Jesus, we might see more people just flocking over there, and I ain't ready for that. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what? It's not fucking funny, y'all fella. It's not funny. How you doing, Black Martial Arts Society? Hope you've been doing well. My brew brother, my Aki. Okay. So speaking of Alexander, we do know Tuesday. Wrong fight. This fight was announced. Yeah. And I kind of thought when they did this little bull jive that this was gonna be next. And shout out to Tay. He broke the news Tuesday. And we can expect to see their press conference next week. Since we're here on Friday, it'll be very soon. I'm not sure which day. Keep your eyes and your ears open for this press conference. Man, this is going to be a tough one. I do believe Deontay was supposed to have at least 2 tune-ups before this, you guys. Now, shout out to Queen 71. We went to that fight with Deontay and Terrell Herndon. That was like last June, right? And I stick to what I said. I feel like Deontay was looking good, considering having had lost in the way that he lost to Zhili Zhang, right? It was a good return for me. And I was super impressed with him sticking and staying on the jab. But with that said, to go from Terrell Herndon to Del Boy is a leap. Again, Derek Chisora kind of reminds me of Joe Frazier, and he's got power. This is going to be his. Shout out to KG. This is going to be both of their 50th match, and this should be the final one for Del Boy. But I have been reading that is if Frank Warren wants to let him go. I don't see how you can force anybody if they just walk away from your ass. But hey, this should be his 50th and final. Deontay, from what I understand, is going to continue fighting. But this is going to be dangerous. If you recall, Derek Chisora's last fight was against Otto Wallin, and he knocked that man across the goddamn ring. Literally. I mean, it was a little stumble, but it was still the force of it that took him all the way. So this is not just going to be a tune-up. This is the fight, y'all. This is going to be a fight. And as far as I know, the fight with Deontay and Alexander Usyk is still supposed to be taking place in July, but it will not be in San Fran. It will be in either LA or Las Vegas. And it is not going to be IBV is apparently has no parts of it. Deontay and his people don't even know who IBV is. I'm seeing it was some group out of the UK, possibly, or maybe that one is for the Chisora fight. I don't know. It's so much shit going on and coming out right now, right? But also, with that said, Usyk, before calling out Deontay, had called out one Andy Ruiz. I think the last time we seen Andy Ruiz fight was against Big Baby Miller. Yep. In August of 2024. But it's looking like Funky Fury is bringing his ass back, and he's calling out Andy Ruiz. Now, I got to say, I'm never excited for Funky Fury to come back. Never. But I do like this fight. Absolutely, I do. I guess it's going to be a battle of the big backs, the freaking nasty belly. I don't know. Whatever. This one I can get with, though, y'all. I'm okay with this. I'm cool with this. So there's that. Looking forward to that to some degree. Coach Hudson, how are you doing? Shout out to you, great brother. Hey, sir. How are you? D Nice. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you've been well. Chisora is a ticket seller in the UK. Absolutely he is. Absolutely. They love Del Boy there. Shit, they love Del Boy. All right. Moving on. Let me get through these. And I want to do some of the last ones before I get to the fight. So, and let me close some of this out. Also, something that's taken place here recently, let me close out this one, is told you, well, my browser's moving a little bit fast now to close some of that shit out. Let me close some of these windows. Hold on a second, y'all. It's a lot of work. Let me share my screen. So recently, Lamont Roach came out and said that he had been contacted by the WBA, basically offering him, to my understanding, I could be wrong, but offering him this fight, a title fight for the recently, wasn't vacated. I guess Tank was stripped, but he's in recess. I personally feel like they should have just stripped him because we have not seen Tank. And I don't think we're going to see Tank. And no one really knows where he stands as far as him coming back to fight. I don't know. Surely if he decides to come back, he'll have precedence over everybody and he could get the shot right away. But maybe that's the reason for putting him in recess, right? Anywho, Lamont came out and he made this statement.
There's a possibility that I can fight Kid Austin for the WBA 135-pound title. We definitely gonna push for that. Obviously, I entered the rankings at the number 4. No.
I know the WBA.
Okay, I didn't realize my guy was on here. But shout out to True School. Let me go ahead and let him cook. Fuck it.
He loves sanctioning fees, which is why they made Gervonta Davis the champion in recess, so to speak. But they should have just stripped him because he's got bigger fights to win with the law outside the ring. But Lamont Roach, Floyd Schofield for the vacant title, sign me up. I think that's a great fight.
So do I. I'll also let Floyd and Auntie Brubra cook. Good Lord. I'm going to let them cook, y'all. And then we'll get into the whole kind of logistics of it, because this man went from saying he's willing to fight Schofield to all of a sudden when his father comes into the area or wherever the hell they were at, that no, they don't want the fight. Like I'm gonna let it play, y'all. I'm gonna let it play. Hold on a second. Shout out to you and blessings to you, Hip Hop and Chill Podcast. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. You guys, please like, please subscribe if you have not. Let's go.
I think that fight is a great. I think that fight is.
Hold on. Get my minute markers right. I think that's 0:30. Yeah. Here we go.
Who would you rather want to fight? Lamont Roach or Lucas Body? Who do you think you get the more credit for?
It don't really matter. Because once I get the belt, if they want me to face Lamont Roach can get it. If they want me to fight Lamont Roach first instead of Body, it is what it is. But I just know I can go after that belt now. So that's all I care about. I feel like the fans, they'd be like, Lamont Roach is more credible. But then again, Body is number 2. And if the WBA wants to, go with Body first, that's fine. And then me and Lamont could get a good fight going for the fans after that.
Okay, so y'all clearly heard him saying he would be willing to fight Lamont Roach. But as this plays on, let me get to my marker again here. Of course, they give me a disgusting ad.
Just called them out on live. What you thought? What you think? No kid. Roach just called them out on live. What you thought? What you think? What's your reaction? I guess he's on calling you out.
I seen that live. Somebody had sent me some clips from his Twitch or whatever. What that mean, though? That's what I'm saying. He had put a thing, though, like he's still going through rehabilitation.
No, you still talk humble. Let me get off. What do that mean? I got a question for you. I'm giving it right back to you. What do that mean if he called them out on live?
Like he's on Twitch.
No, but I'm saying the business side is still promoters, it's still managers, it's still all these other people that it got to go by. Just because you're on live and say something, what do that mean?
He's interested.
Interested in what? No contract came. Just because you on live saying something is a different ball game. So they all talk to each other. He's in bed with PBC now. The fight is February 21st, but he's in rehab. So he could fight us one next or whatever. Here you go. But he's not a threat. Not saying that he's not a good fighter though. But he's not a threat. He's another opponent.
Yeah, he work hard just how I work hard.
I'm glad he calling Floyd out. That's a good fight in the future.
Hey, that just mean I'm doing something right though.
Even at 140, that's a good fight. He don't even gotta come down. We'll go up to him.
Yeah, so what is Junior's reaction to that?
Like my dad said, man, call-outs is call-outs. I mean, at the end of the day, send a contract, we could get it rocking. He's very close with the WBA. He holds a 130 WBA title, so it ain't nothing to...
Okay, that's enough. That's just enough. They do go on to say they don't want him. They want Lucas Body. Here's the thing. And yes, next. That's how I'm fucking feeling. Look, they just be all over the fucking place. Look, okay. So here's the thing. Floyd is number 1. Floyd has been number 1. He's been the Mando, right? Lucas Body's number 2. And this is for the WBA at the 135 lightweight division, right? Number 2 is a guy named Bahadur Usmanov. I mean, number 3. I don't know who the hell that is. Maybe at some point I'll go check him out. But number 4 is Lamont Roach. Now, he just said Lamont has the belt at 130. He doesn't have that anymore. That now belongs to James Jazza Dickens, right? Here's my thing. I've been saying for a minute, I would love to see Floyd Schofield versus Lucas Body because of the styles, right? But the reality for me is, and I'm not a fan of Kid. I think it's a fairly easy fight for Kid, to be honest. Both of them can punch, but Kid has way more defensive ability. He knows how to move. He knows how to slip. He gives off angles sometimes. most of the times he is just going to stand in front of you. Well, Lucas is absolutely going to stand in front of you, and he's absolutely just going to punch. He don't have no defense like that. But then now that Roach has kind of tipped his hat and said, hey, I'm interested. Hey, man, I think that's a better fight. Floyd Schofield and Lamont Roach, to me, is a better fight. It is the more challenging fight. And the fact that Floyd has off 2 fights now, you skipped out on Shakur with the bullshit. And now, what was the last one? My frustration has got my brain. You skipped out on Shakur. Who was the last one, you guys? Good Lord. I know. Oh, Jojo Diaz. Good Lord. And you claim your hand was broke. At first it was your hand, y'all. Now it's that his testes were twisted. Because they go on to say that in that interview. And yes, I have heard of men's testes becoming twisted. But why do we need to know that shit? Just stick with the hand, man. Look, they be on some bullshit. At the end of the day, I'm to the point now where I don't even want to see Floyd Schofield. I just don't. I don't even care. I don't even think you deserve. I don't care if you're number 1. You don't deserve that WBA, man. Let Lucas Body and Roach fight. Let some people who actually want to fight. You are on that damn Richardson Hitchens bullshit. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna wait around for fucking Floyd Schofield. Yeah, you hurt Tevin Farmer. You hurt Tevin Farmer. But it's arguable. Tevin Farmer was fighting a lot of fights back to back to back. And I think he should have been taking some reprieve between those fights. But he didn't. So be it. You caught him, right? You hurt him. But that's who is that? Who is that relative to today's fighters? Lucas Body absolutely is a good fight. If he actually would go through with it, which that's just the question, then I would be okay with it still. I did want the fight initially. But at the end of the day, I think the Lamont Roach fight is better. Now, some people don't feel like Lamont deserves a shot, but why the hell not? It's clear that this man is floating between divisions, and I'm not opposed to fighters floating between divisions. If you could do that shit, if you could hold titles in multiple divisions, why not? Men used to. So if he wants to fight at 35 and 40, I'm absolutely okay with that shit. Do that shit. I would love to see that. The last 2 fights that Lamont had, yes, he had draws, but at the end of the day, y'all, who did he fight? He fought people that mattered. He fought Tank to a draw. Arguably, a lot of people felt like he won. He fought Pitbull to a draw. Arguably, people felt like Lamont won. So I don't think he's not deserving. He absolutely has a name. He absolutely, I think, can bring the people that will have interest and want to watch the fight with him and Floyd, more so than Lucas Body. Nobody really knows Lucas Body like that unless you're really a boxing fan. So I think the Schofields just need to get a clue. They need to get it together. Stop messing around and ducking and shucking and jiving. We want this. I want this. Let's go. Let's do this. I would love that fight right there. Let's see what you're saying. You think that fight should take place at 35 or 40 with Roach? 35. 35, because that belt is free and open. I would love to see that because who's at 40 is Gary Antoine. And we know he's about to fight Andy Hiroka, I think, on the 21st under Barrios. And Ryan Garcia. Blee. Yucks. Anyway, 35. And then maybe Roach could campaign there or whatever. I mean, my thing is just get these divisions moving. Get some action going and quit messing around with these guys that be playing games like the Schofields. Like he says he wants to unify with Abdullah Mason, right? That would be a good fight. Him and Abdullah absolutely would be a good fight. But should he lose to Lamont and Abdullah, that would be a good fight. Let me see who else. We know Raymond Muratalla and Andy Cruz about to fight tomorrow. The winner of that would be a good fight. Like, get this shit rolling. That's just how I'm feeling, man. Senior thinks they are stars in the sport. Yeah, man. And y'all ain't did shit. It's annoying. But the dick, man, Jazzy Dickens with his little crooked self or crooked nose. Hey, Coach 67, how you doing? Me too. I agree. Body's not bad, but all I'm saying is I think it would be an easier fight. Out of the two, Lamont has way more of an in-depth skill set than a Lucas Body. Lucas Body can punch. Lucas Body has timing. He don't use his legs, and he doesn't really have an active guard that he uses. He be open to be hit. Floyd be open to be hit, or Kid. I laugh when they said Body's a bigger fight. Man, it's delusion. It's delusion. Matter of fact, I don't even know who Body's promoter is, but I would think even Lamont would be the bigger money, y'all. And I get that Lucas Body's number 2. I get that. And I think Lucas Body wants to fight, but at the end of the day, Floyd Schofield's not even dependable enough to be feeling like, yeah, give us that fight. No. Let me delete some of these scenes that I've done. And I'm going to get to, y'all going to hate me for, but I love you still. I still love y'all. But I think we're there. Let me close that one out. Yeah, I think we're there. Woo. Okay. So, let me do this real quick before we go into Miss Lady. So, yes, tomorrow we have this bout that I'm actually very excited for, and that is going to be Muratalla versus Cruz. Muratalla is 23-0. Oh, let me pull up their Rex so I could give you guys the absolute truth. The absolute truth on this. Let's see, Raymond. On their stats. Okay, so Raymond is 23-0 with 17 knockouts. 5'8", 72-inch reach. And he will be facing one Andy Cruz, 6-0 with 3 knockouts. He's 5'9". We don't have a reach for him. Shout out to Andy. On this card, we have some goodies. But if I just want the truth is in here, he's saying my guy Khalil Cole has missed weight. I don't know. Let me type that in real quick because I did not watch the weigh-in. And I sure would like to know how heavy his little butt came in. Either way, all bad. Oh my God, y'all. 7 pounds. Good Lord Jesus. Khalil Cole notably missing 7 pounds before a fight. Good Lord, y'all. Jesus. I can't even look at the damn. Woo! We thought Keyshawn was bad before, y'all. 7 pounds. 7. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus, y'all. I don't even know where to go from here. Because surely Jesse's not going to want to take that fucking fight, man. You got to be shitting me. Okay, so Raymond Muratalla and Andy Cruz scheduled for 12 rounds. This will be for the IBF lightweight world title. Jesus, I am really in shock, y'all. I don't think this is going to take place now. With all that being said, Khalil Cole and Jesse Hart. for the WBC USA lightweight title. I just can't see how that is going to take place. I don't think Jesse Hart is going to have that. Even though this man, now look, they put this fight off. This fight was supposed to happen initially, is it last October? October 11th on the Ennis and Lima card, right? Khalil supposedly had a busted up hand, or he has hand issues even. So they put this fight off. Here we are. And Khalil Cole was talking crazy these past couple of days to Jesse Hart, only to do this shit. Moving along, Israel Madrimov is making his return. Shout out to him. The last time that he fought was against Virgil Ortiz Jr., and he lost by unanimous decision. He's going to be fighting one Luis David Salazar. This should actually be a fight, an easy fight for him to win. After coming off of 2 losses, he definitely needs to get back in that win column. And I'm looking forward to seeing his return. Jeez Louise. Amari Jones will be having a super welterweight bout against one Jerome Baxter. And we shall see Zaquin Moses having a lightweight 6-round bite against Leandro Medina. Man, y'all, I am just still... Jesus Christ. I laugh when bodies say this. Andy Cruz is winning that one. Okay, yeah. I'll get into that. I don't know, Tay. I think the fight is happening. They did a face-off at the weigh-in as if it's still on. I mean, don't get me wrong. It can. I just didn't know. I know Jesse, like I said, has been waiting. I don't know if he needs the money or nothing. I don't want to make any speculation. He was very upset when it was put off the first time. So, yeah. If it's still on, that's great. That will be for the WBC USA light heavyweight title, and that it will be a 10-round bout. And the thing is, these guys, Alfil was talking about earlier how they're over at Zuffa, like they're getting rid of the junior and the super weight divisions. Like these men used to fight with a further weight between them. You know what I mean? Before they start adding these super and juniors. So it's not like it's ever been unheard of. A lot of times some of us say that, what's 7 pounds? What's 4 pounds? We seen Keyshawn beat Lemos, and that dude came in like, 15 damn pounds overweight? And then on the other token, we say, oh, there's weight classes for a reason. Hey, if he wants to do this, shout out to him. I don't know what the hell happened today. That shit's crazy. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't say that anything happened. It's not saying anything happened. If you're talking about the weight, it doesn't say anything happened. It just says he missed weight. And at the end of the day, is there any excuse for that shit? You're supposed to be on target. I don't know. As far as the fights go, I too have I think last night actually I said I think I got Muratalla. Muratalla feels like it's too soon for Andy. The reality is I didn't want to pick on this fight because I can see ways both of them can win, to be honest with you. I can see ways both of them can win. I think the majority of us, including the betting lines, it's expected that Andy's going to win this, man. I just didn't want to go off of his pedigree to get to that place. He still is 6 fights in. He's still a prospect. But I did see that he is working with Bozy on meshing his Cuban style with an American style, putting some emphasis on sitting in the pocket, putting some emphasis on doing some body work. I just don't know that Muratalla is the guy that you want to do that with. Muratalla can counter very well. Muratalla has pop. But with that being said, Andy, believe it or not, maybe people don't. He only got 3 knockouts, but he does have some pop too, clearly. He hurt Salcedo. He hurt Salcedo early in that fight and just neglected that body that he had hurt him to and continued to go to the head. But he almost stopped him. It was a 10-round fight. He almost stopped him right before the bell rang, literally. So clearly he has power. Does he have enough power to hurt somebody like Muratalla? That I don't know for sure. But in the end, I'm curious too. And I feel like I've seen Andy kind of gas out a little bit towards the later rounds. So I'm just curious. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go because fights could go anyway, right? But is it too soon for Andy? And how bad does Muratalla want to hold on to that title so he could get the shot at Abdullah? Look, last night on 503 show, I picked Muratalla. But at this point, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to say, I don't know. I have no idea. This fight to me could go either way. As long as Muratalla doesn't come in flat like he did against our Abdullayev, it's like he just kind of flatlined. He won, but he really didn't put on a great showing, not to me. So we're going to see. He missed by 7. He missed by 7 pounds, Tay. 7 pounds. Andy, with that relentless pressure, going to help him. But see, Oster, Muratalla puts on relentless pressure too. I mean, you can't forget who he fights for. That's another good aspect to this fight. You got Robert Garcia in one corner, and in the other corner, you got Bozy Ennis, who we want to see Duran and Ortiz fighting. They would be the same coaching in the corners, right? But we're going to see it here. We're going to see what this looks like. Best believe Andy's not going to be the only one putting on pressure. I mean, that's what Muratalla does. I don't know. I it's a toss-up for me at this point. I had Muratalla winning. I'm going to go back and just say it's a toss-up for me. L-Dub, how you doing? It's good with you. It's good with you. You know, he was talking a lot of shit for somebody who was cutting weight, if that's the case. I mean, he was talking crazy yesterday. He's talking crazy yesterday. I just don't know. I don't know. If Jesse Hart's going to continue on with that, shout out to Jesse, man. Let me get into this, you guys, so I can get on out of here because I done held you up long enough. We are here for this interview that happened with Brian Custer and Claressa Shields, man. And there were just things that I heard in that, and I'm like, why is nobody saying anything? And I get it. I said in the beginning of the show, maybe it's because the men don't really like to go after Claressa. And you know me, I'm not here to talk about her personal life or nothing. I'm going to keep it boxing. I feel like Claressa and AB have been on some bullshit, for real. And people will disagree with my stance and what I say. And at the end of the day, that's okay. I can take it. I hope y'all can take it. Don't be mad at me. Don't be, you know. Before you leave, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. It'll be closer than what people think. Oh yeah, in that fight, I had Khalil winning. I definitely got him winning now. And yeah, I think it'll be closer too. I don't put any great length between Cruz and Muratalla. I think it's gonna be a close fight. Andy is a good fit with Bozy. I gotta go Andy on this one. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've picked Andy. I went back and picked Muratalla. So again, yeah, Brian Custer interviewed Claressa. The interview dropped about 4 days ago. Just gonna listen to a little bit of it, and I will stop it here and there, and we'll just talk about some of the things she's saying, because look, I'm gonna hold her feet to the fire, and I'm gonna have to do one on AB too. I'm gonna hold their feet to the fire. Y'all can't be out here saying you the baddest and that you'll fight some of these women, and then you don't, and then you cry that nobody wants to fight you, but there's girls that are willing to fight you. You can't do that. And not without me saying some shit. It is what it is. Hey, Cam J, how you doing? Great, brother. The value of other people's opinions don't matter, so speak your mind true. Hey, I'm on it. I'm on it. So let's get rocking. Let me make sure this don't start a damn commercial, because you know how YouTube be doing me.
And I only say that because
let me start. 909. Let me get to my marker, y'all. 909. Here we go. Right about there.
Green. Sweets. Is she next?
Shadeja.
I would like her to be next, yes. Yes. I would like her to be next. And the thing is, for anybody listening, I don't have to fight Shadeja. And I only say that because it's the truth. I don't. If I beat someone that beats her, I don't gotta fight her to prove that I'm better than her. But the reason I'm gonna beat her up like I do everybody else is because she talked too much.
That's conflicting. Yeah, I'm gonna fight her, but I don't gotta. Yeah, fight her. Why not? I'm telling you, this shit be pissing me off, man. Remick Punch. I just think he a little OR. I don't know what OR means, sir. I don't know what OR. So yeah, that's conflicting. That's a very conflicting statement. Yeah, I want to fight her next. Now, mind you, the last time we talked about this, I actually did a video, and then I want to say that was like 6 years ago when she initially said she would fight Shadeja, but then she said she has to get a belt. Well, Shadeja has 2 belts. She has the ring as well. You're still not trying to fight her. You actually skipped over her division to move up to heavyweight. So what are we doing? What are we waiting for? And people got mad at me when I said, and they do this for women. It's not just Claressa. They made it very easy for her to get all the flipping belts at heavyweight. I think she did it in like 2 fights. She's not the only one that's happened to. They just did it for Michaela. 3 belts in 1 fight. 2 of them were vacant. 1 Mary Spencer had. They make it easy for these women. When there's other women they could be fighting to acquire a belt, especially a vacant one. Match somebody damn up. I'm just saying. But yeah, you don't get to say, I will fight her, but I don't have to fight her. Then shut the hell up about people not wanting to fight you. Let me go on and let it play.
And she's a hater. So with that being said, I have to just put my hands on her and prove once again, listen, it's a lot of great fighters out there. She's not one. She's okay. She's good, right? But she's not a great.
Look, I know. That sounds like hating to me, y'all. That just sounds like hating to me. Let me get into women's super middle. And the thing for me is Shadeja does not do this to her. Shadeja actually always speaks highly of Claressa. The only time I've seen Shadeja really get nasty is because Claressa was attacking her. Otherwise, she has nothing but nice things to say about her. So who's better than Shadeja out there? And I'm not saying Shadeja is the best either, so please don't misunderstand me. You got Savannah Marshall. You got Franchon, who she'll be fighting on the 22nd. You got Vanessa Joannis, who you beat. Nisa Rodriguez, and then here we go. I told you guys about the binary number women, 100, 110, 101, 201, 001. Like these divisions for women, they're not thick. And even if they have a lot, these women don't have a lot of fights really. Here, we have a lady, Toyin Ajumola. She's 8-0-1 out of Nigeria. She's fought only Nigerian women. So we don't know her. And I'm not knocking her. You can fight her. For all I care. She's 8-0-1. You fought Danielle Perkins, who was 5-0. But stop saying she's hating on you. That's not a reason for you not to fight her. She's a very viable opponent. She has belts, which you required. Let me let it play.
And I think that I like the competitive spirit of it. But I could fight against whoever I want to fight against. I could fight against Michaela Mayer at 160. That's a great fight.
Okay, so Michaela, if you guys don't know, Michaela, again, I said Michaela won 3 belts at 154. This was just November? Michaela fought Mary Spencer, 154, picked up 3 belts. But guess what? She just dropped them to move back down for an undisputed fight with Lauren Price. That's not to say that Michaela won't move up. And for all of you that were coming for me, saying she don't have to move down, did she just not just say she would fucking move down? I'm pretty sure she just said that. And I was saying the whole time, she's going to have to fucking move down. It's 30 women in heavyweight division. And none of them really have a record or a leg to stand on. The next person with the highest amount of fights is Diana Collado. She is 16, 38-0. Here's another. Colosa. No, I can't even say her name. Shout out to her. She's out of South Africa. 15-15. You can still fight her. I'm not opposed to that shit. The numbers aren't there for her to fight these women. So really, again, she kind of got hooked up with the heavyweight undisputed. She pulled girls up from light heavy to get that. Danielle Perkins is light heavy. Lanny Daniels, light heavy. You just seen the Joe Anise chick, super middleweight. And the women do. They fluctuate. They go up and down. Like I said, if you look at their records, they come in at varying weights. So the thing is, though, fight the girls that are there, that are viable, that want to fight you, that have the experience that's good enough for you. I don't know how Danielle Perkins fit into that. Danielle Perkins being 5-0, 42 years old, 5-0, ain't fought no damn body. But they hooked you up with them belts. They hooked you up with the belts. And
I can do a rematch with Danielle Perkins. I can it's so many things that I could do besides fighting Shadasia. I don't like that she put out this narrative that I'm scared of her.
I don't think you're scared of her. I don't, you guys. So don't get it twisted. I don't think she's scared of anybody. I think she might have some apprehension. And being apprehensive is not being scared. I get what she's saying about Shadasia. Ain't on her time, to be honest. I like her, though. But, okay, Tay, who else then? Who's a viable opponent for Claressa that's out here fighting? Who else? Women's divisions are not like that. Thank you, Kim. There is no one. Look, I can show y'all. There's no one. Let me move up. Now, another lady who actually is a heavyweight called her out. Matter of fact, two who have been heavyweights, right? One of them, Raquel Miller, an old fighter, been calling her out for years, again, over 7 years. And she keeps telling Raquel that Raquel needed to do something. Maybe I'll put that on Raquel. Raquel wasn't getting in there and getting busy. Is she viable, though? And can she fight? Yeah, she can. Heavyweight. So you do have Danielle Perkins still listed there, and actually Danielle Perkins has a fight coming up on a Salida card. She's fighting the other lady I'm saying is a viable opponent, Shay Keneally. But Shay's still a prospect. Shay is 5-0, just the same as Perkins was, right? There's nobody out here like Claressa. And I always give Claressa her credit. The girl can fucking fight without question. Another alternative, someone who's out there saying they want the smoke. Don't wait till these women get the age of Layla. Raquel's already like 42. You got Hannah Gabriels. Hannah Gabriels has been out here talking. She says she wants that fight before she just absolutely cannot fight anymore. And if you listen to Hannah's story, the way that she's been treated by Claressa and by the sanctioning bodies. Now, mind you, Ryan Garcia came back, a year after popping dirty? Had no excuse. He denied it. She actually has a reason why and has proved it through the WBA. And they are actually going after the WBA for putting her name out there, knowing she gave her reasoning as to why before they even said she popped. It had something to do with her pet and cream. If you want to know about it, it's on my page. It's on US6 Fight Hub page. It's on TD Sports Talk, I do believe, the interview. As well as other platforms out here where Hannah has went and talked about it. And she's talked about the treatment she received and the fact that Claressa told her, kind of laughing, I don't have to fight you for your title, because they had stripped her. She fought Mary Cornell. Nobody wanted to see that shit. Was she a viable opponent? I guess so. I think it's fight talk, Yeah. I don't mind it, but I get okay. August. Good night, my superstar Claressa. Shout out to you, August, though. She's been saying that, but she says she didn't say that. She's been inconsistent. Thank you, TD. That's all I'm saying. Be consistent and be realistic about who the hell is out here for you to fight. Stop playing games. We get it. You are that girl. But it's not a whole bunch of women for you to be out here fighting unless you just start actually taking on some of the binary women, some of the women with the weird numbers that we'd never even heard of before. Fight them then. Fight them. But I guess if she's getting $2 million a fight, you would want it to count. Shadasia Green would absolutely count. Hannah Gabriels would absolutely count. It's something that people want to see. Nobody asked for Franchon. That was your first fight. And me personally, y'all don't have to feel this way. I don't feel like Franchon is a better fighter. Yes, she beat Shadasia. But how did she beat Shadasia? And I'll put the onus on Shadasia for not stepping up and doing what she needed to do in that fight. Like, I don't have a problem with holding people accountable. I'm not on some Shadasia tip. I'm not on some Claressa hate. I just want to see the fights. Just like on the men's side, we want to see these fights get made. We don't want to hear no excuses and no bullshit. We don't want to feel like people are ducking. You don't have a big pull. Get busy. Claressa ain't moving down to 160. She made Franchon move up. Exactly. She made her move up. But she just said she would fight Michaela at 160. I don't think Michaela has any desire to go up. And this is what I was trying to tell the men that were arguing with me about this. Women ain't trying to gain a whole bunch of fucking weight if they're not already big. Nobody wants to gain weight just to go up and fight somebody. Then you got to battle getting back down to the class where you're at. I don't know that all these women, you can look at their bodies clearly. They're not all athletic like that. Some of these are just big girls. And a woman's body is not like a man's as far as, especially if you're not athletic, when it comes to losing weight, right? It's not the same. So women can either opt to not try to move up to fight her, or she can move down. I have a feeling she's going to have to move down to get some good competition. She skipped from what, 160 up to heavyweight? You skipped over the division where the most women are that got the work. Why'd you do that? I get it. You wanted to be undisputed. I'm fine with that. To be honest. Shadeja will have to move up to 175 plus for Claressa. Or Claressa could go to super middleweight where all them girls are and fight them girls. NBA D Nice, how are you doing? How you doing, King? The women's heavyweight division limit is 175. I know it's tricky because we think of heavyweight as 200, right? Plus, Perkins is actually the bigger fighter. She's the bigger fighter, but check this out. Well, now it has her listed as heavy. Her listed as heavy. But I absolutely have seen her listed at light heavyweight, right? Like I said, she's going to be fighting Shay Connealy here. 3 belts. Again, look. 3 belts. Oh, no. That's the wrong one. That's Franchon's card. So light heavy, though. Look at where the fight is going to be taking place. Lonnie Daniels. Let's go to Lonnie. Lonnie Daniels. Oh, y'all are horrible with that bull. Light heavy. She pulled her up to fight her. She pulled her up to fight her, y'all. At heavyweight. I'm gonna let some of this play and keep reading some of y'all's comments.
Scared of what? Scared of what? You lost somebody who I beat 3 times already in my lifetime.
That's the sound of an American oil company.
It was a layup in her last couple of fights to become undisputed. Absolutely, it was. Just being realistic.
I beat when I was young. Beat when I was 17, 19, 21. Now I'm 30. Like, still undefeated. Like, what are we talking about? I think that Shadeja thinks that disrespecting me is why she's going to get the fight. No, you're going to get the fight because at weight classes 168, well, one, you were scared to fight against Franchon to rematch her after she beat you.
I can't say that's true. I can't say the Franchon's been talking shit about her. I've not seen that. 2, scared to fight for rematch Franchon. I can't see that either. I don't think none of these women are afraid of each other. You're fighting Franchon after how many years? This was her first fight was against Franchon. Your first fight, Jesus, that was way back in 2016. So it took you 10 years to rematch her. Why the hell does Shadeja got to do anything you say? You don't want to do what people tell you to do. That's not cool. Okay, this Perkins and Shadeja and Franchon fought at 178 plus in the amateurs, making 175. It's okay. It's easy for you to say that. Now, Franchon has been fighting. Shadeja has been fighting at 168. Again, these women are 40. Franchon is 38. Shadeja, 36. Shadeja, we know, has actually lost weight and clearly has been keeping down her weight. You ask a 40-year-old woman, maybe that's not now. Franchon, I'm gonna give her credit though, because she looked even smaller before this fight came about with Claressa, where she's gonna be gaining weight. But I would say these women are somewhat athletes, right? Clearly, they're athletes because they're in boxing. They're athletic. So yeah. At 40, though, that weight still ain't moving the fucking same. But I get it, L-Dub. I get it. I don't know what you laughing at, Bella, because I know you love Claressa. Salute to you, 503. Okay. I still prefer Claressa versus Shadeja. I hope Shadeja can get that L back too. Absolutely. I still want to see her fight Franchon as well too. And I know Franchon still wants smoke too. She still want to fight. She just had a fight before this fight with Claressa. I told y'all I feel like she lost that fight. But they gave it to her. Shout out to Franchon. I hope. I'm gonna shut up. Happy Friday, Nick. Happy Friday, Nick. How you doing? How you doing, beautiful Tay? How are you? And they're trying to get Perkins packed up. Hey, Perkins, that's another one. Just like I said, Franchon didn't show up in Shadeja didn't show up in that fight against Franchon. She sat up there and let Franchon hug her. She never tried to step back and create the range and the distances she needed and just get the damn jab off and keep that shit in her face. She allowed Franchon to hold her continuously, hugging, clenching. Perkins just didn't even work. The things that I've seen Perkins be able to do, she didn't get her left off at once until the 11th round. And I don't know if y'all remember, but she actually dazed Claressa right before the bell rang and Claressa went and sat down on that stool. So who do I blame there? I blame Danielle Perkins for not fucking fighting. All I know is Shields better not have any issues with Franchon. I don't know what type of issues you mean, because they already be out here fighting like cats, arguing. I don't know what you mean by issues. I would like some clarity on what you mean by that, because anything can happen. So Shadeja's scared. No, she ain't. BoxRec don't tell you the whole story. 175 is the weight limit for heavyweight. I know that, L-Dub. But I mean, and like I said, these women come in these fights at different weights anyway. I mean, clearly you have to be under, and once you get down below heavy, you got to come in at the weight class, right? You can be under, but you can't go over, or else you're overweight. But when you start looking at their weights of the time of weigh in these fights, they kind of be all over the place. Maybe it's a heavyweight fight, but they might not be 175. They'll be well under. So with that said, can't these fights still be made? Can Shadeja technically still fight Claressa weighing 168 and Claressa making the 175? Why not? Why not? So there's a limit on heavyweight women's boxing. So you're saying that the highest you could go then? I thought the minimum would be 175, because I've seen some big broads. They look like they were way more than 175. Since they are older, they shouldn't be making 175. It's beneficial to them. They're all cutting 10 pounds to make weight. Are they all though, Dub? Are they all though, L-Dub? Are they all necessarily cutting? Some of them, I think, are just staying around their, especially a woman, their healthy weight, unless they don't have a problem losing weight or they just don't give a shit. I mean, we saw what just happened with Tellez and Amanda Serrano, right? Clearly, Tellez, who's actually in a lower weight class, was well above 126, and at the short amount of time, she couldn't lose the weight, right? But she's like a chubby girl already, so yeah, she's cutting. In her case, she's cutting. She looks like she's about to get a bag with her buddy. She clearly is about to get a bag with her buddy. She clearly is. I'm going to let this play.
And then you just want to start calling me out. But, hey, once I get done with Franchon, I would love to piece up Shadeja just to shut her up. Because everybody already know that I can beat Shadeja. She's the only one who's saying that I can't. And I think it's somebody, but she said that she think that she can't beat me, which I was like, so why you want to fight for? So she's very confusing. But I know that why not? Why not? But there's other girls I can fight against. Like I can rematch Lonnie Daniels too, because when I fought against her, my shoulders were tore. And I want to show them that Lonnie was an okay fighter, but I'm way better than that.
So who the hell wants to see her fight Lonnie again, y'all? That was not a good fight. That was not entertaining, and it wasn't because of you. Lonnie ran from you all damn night. Like, who wants to see that shit? Would I be interested in seeing her and Danielle Perkins do it again? Yeah, I actually would, because I think Danielle would come back and actually would fight her. Danielle Perkins usually will sit. She can sit and trade with you. She still moves around, but she'll sit and trade with you. Lonnie is a mover. And Lonnie was not clearly trying to even fight you. She really just came to get a check. When we talk about people coming to get a check, Lonnie came, she saw, and she tried to do nothing. The Shay Keneally chick, she's 5-0, but I think I'd be willing to see her fight Shay. I'm not opposed to that one. Again, it's not like these women amount of fights. Claressa herself is only, and I'm not gonna say only 17-0. You know, I guess that's a lot of fights considering there's not a lot of women. So Lonnie ain't even mid. I mean, she looks good against other women at light heavyweight, kinda. If you've seen her fight, it's nothing spectacular about Lonnie. How you doing, Blue Hustle Man? Shout out to you. You ready to drop that? Okay, she's making excuses. That's not growth status, though. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Lonnie, yeah, she's mid. Okay. Let me go ahead and let this one a little bit more too.
And so, if, let's say Sweets here, do you guys fight at 168?
168. Listen, these girls are so cap. All of them. Frank John Cruz, cap. Shadaisha Green, cap. Why? They want to come fight me for my belts, and they don't want to put their belts up. February 22nd, we fighting for Claressa Shields Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. All 5 of my belts. We're not fighting for any of Frank John belts. Any of their belts. So it's like, why would I go to 68, right? Knowing that after I go to 68, and if these girls put up their belts, I have to relinquish my belts that I worked hard for, and then getting another fight to get the other belts is going to be hard.
All right, so L-Dub, if I ain't ran you off and pissed you off, the answer to this question for me, and this is truly a serious question, because as far as I know, she don't have to relinquish her belts. Now, whether or not Franchon or Shadasia are willing to put their belts up, I don't know that either. I don't know that that's true. We wouldn't know unless Franchon and Shadasia answered that question. But here's the thing. As a professional fighter, as far as I know, you can hold belts into divisions. Let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill style. Look. What does this say, you guys? When she fought Vanessa Joannis, what's on the line right here on the bottom? Not only did you fight her for the WBC and WBF World Heavyweight titles, you also fought her for the WBO Light Heavyweight. So right there, you fought for 2 different divisions. So the reality to me is, yeah, you can still hold your heavies. Michaela Mayer just did it, y'all. She still had her belt at 147 when she went up to fight Mary Spencer. And now she's dropped those belts and she's going back down to 147 to fight Lauren Price for Undisputed. So why are you lying? And let's say she does have to drop her belts at heavyweight. They just gave you 3 belts in one fight, and then the last belt in one more fight. It's not going to be hard for you to go back up there and fight again. That's just more money, really, ain't it? It's more money. It's fights. The fights you say nobody want to fight you. You can't get fight. Like, just stop. Stop playing. Wait. I'm just saying. it's just, again, if I'm wrong, LW, please tell me I'm wrong. That she can't hold multiple belts in multiple divisions. I don't know that you cannot do that. As far as I know, you can. The only thing that can happen is, maybe one of the sanctioning bodies is like, nah, we're gonna strip you while you go off and do whatever you want to do. But I don't think that you can just not do it. So why are you lying? And why is nobody saying nothing to her about that shit?
Like, they get to keep their belt after they lose. That doesn't happen with me. It's always that way. When I fought against Hannah Gabriels, I had to put up my belts. She didn't put up her belts. So when she lost, she go back to being champion up at 154. And it always happens like that. So no, these girls want to fight against me. I want to fight, and I want to be announced as the heavyweight undisputed champion, and that's what we're defending. So if Frank John was putting up her belts, right, and I was to fight against her, well, I ain't gonna fight against her, and I was able to win her 2 belts, and then fight against Shadesha and win those 2 belts. I will fight at 168. But these girls don't want to put their belts up. They just want to have me do all the heavy lifting, do all the promoting, do all the fighting, and then they just get them a check and then get to go back home as losers and keep their belts.
And I thought, listening to you talk about Kayla May, I thought that was your homegirl. Yes. You guys would actually fight.
But if she thinks she can beat me, we can rumble.
If you have one of these, your home's ready for an upgrade. Get the smart central heat pump that warms in winter, cools in summer, and uses up to 4 times less energy. It's quieter, cleaner, and built for every season. Get your instant price in under 2 minutes.
My apologies, y'all. Told y'all I'm old and I be having to use the restroom. So I don't know for a fact that Shadesha wouldn't put her belt up again. I really would love to speak to her and find that out. I think she's full of it. I know she's full of it. We see guys do it all the time too. I know it's confusing, but look at the weight. Both Vanessa and Clarissa's weight at 175 is throwing up off because BoxRec listed light heavyweight and heavyweight titles online to boost her stats. Okay, call me crazy because I don't understand that. Now that I done got that off, though, for the most part, I put the link in the chat. If anybody would like to explain that to me, because I don't understand. But so we'll look at their weights. He's saying look at their weights, right? Bless you. So both Vanessa and Clarissa weigh in at 175. Yep, 174 3/4, 174 1/2. It's throwing up off because BoxRec listed heavyweight and heavyweight titles online to boost her stats. It ain't many women generate money like Clarissa. They won't strip her for the fact alone. I think so too. Yeah, always, of course. If there's a link, anybody's free to hit it. If I don't know you though, I'm gonna give some pause. Believe that. But yeah, the link is in the chat, LW. I definitely want clarification because I don't want to be saying anything that's wrong. And again, I'm not here to just batter her, but again, her and AB, I feel like her with the bullshit. Like I said, I'll do one on AB later as far as her and Caroline are going. Hey, LW, how you doing? You got to unmute yourself.
Hey, what's up, Shawa? Salute to you. Appreciate you having me on.
Always, anytime. Blessings to you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Let me explain that, though, what I was saying. Because BoxRec, it'll throw you off.
Okay. I'm going to bring it up. Go ahead.
So what it is, all the sanction bodies don't recognize the heavyweight division for the ladies, just the WBC. And The ones that do, they count heavyweight as 175. So it's kind of like with Claressa, right? When she fought for those titles, they threw in light heavyweight and heavyweight. It's just to boost her stats up. So that's why I was saying, don't really trip off of that, because people think that she's bringing them up to 200 pounds. When we see heavyweight, we think about 200 pounds plus, right?
I
And
don't, but yeah.
we think about light heavyweight 175, but actually they are around the same weight. Even Joanise, if you look at her box rec, she fought over 200 pounds before. So
Yeah,
actually,
these big girls.
if we really been honest, Claressa actually the smaller opponent, even with Shadeja and Franchon and Perkins. They fought at 175, and like you mentioned, they older. So we all know it's easier to make weight when you're younger than when you're older. So an extra 7 pounds probably won't affect them, especially a puncher like Shadeja, who probably can use that extra 7 pounds to have some heavier punches. You know what I'm saying? So that was my point. That's all I wanted to say. That I know BoxRec, it kind of confuses the fans, and just look at the weights, what they weighed in at. Like Claressa versus Perkins, they had a catch weight at 180. If you look at Perkins' weight, I think she was like 177 or some shit like that.
177 quarter, right?
All right, there you go. So look at the weights, and instead of like worry about the weight class and the 175, it confusing. So I just want to put that out there and to add to the show. And I appreciate you too.
No, I appreciate you for explaining, because again, okay, so I know that women's weights are not the same, and I think they even have weight classes omitted, right, altogether, that like the men may have and the women don't have at all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Look, I'm sorry. And in some of those rankings, there's not a lot of ladies up there. We all know that. But it is some fighters for her to fight. And you already mentioned them too. I agree with all of them. Raquel, Shadeja, even running back with Savannah, and Hannah Gabriels. But a lot of those ladies, they actually either fought at the weight class or they actually walk around heavier. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not like she's bringing these ladies up and being a weight bully. If you really, that's why I just want to put that out there, because that's a misconception. That's all I want to put out there.
Yeah, I noticed I did not call her a weight bully, because remember I said, but now you're helping me understand. I said the women's weights, sometimes when you look at the actual matches, like they're all over the place. And maybe that is because they're, again, the weight classes are different. They're less. So maybe, like I said, if 175 is the max, or is that the minimum for heavyweight?
175, that's the weight, that's the minimum. That's what Claressa asking for. Because back in the day, heavyweight was heavyweight. Like, you remember the girl Jimenez, Adriana, well, I forgot her name. The one who tested, yeah. She used to fight like at 230. I think she fought Vanessa. I think she fought Vanessa at over 230. So it ain't a lot of women fighters that win 200 pounds. So actually, it do make sense to make the limit be 175, the cutoff, because I know when you look these ladies up and you see heavyweight, it's like 6 women or something like that, some crazy shit, right? So
it's 50. I said 30 before, but look, it's 50.
But so if you look at it, a lot of those ladies don't have a lot of fights.
That's what I said. I call them binaries. 1
there you
0
go.
1 1. Right.
So to be honest, if 175 should be the official heavyweight for women, because at least the ladies at 168, they cutting down to make 168. Right. Savannah, Shadeja, Franchon, them ladies not walking around at 168. They probably walking around, I don't know where they're walking around, but it's not at their weight class. And they fought higher in the amateurs, and they older. So that's why I wanted to bring it to the table.
Okay. See, look, there's no cruiserweight for women. Nobody there. Light heavy, then you see Lanny and this Sarah Skurich, or whatever her name is. So it's okay. So you helping me understand. So here's the thing though. At 168, was I right when I said it? Shadeja technically could come in at 168 and fight Claressa at 175 if she wanted to.
Oh yeah, if she wanted to,
She
no,
wanted
for sure. I think it's like it's a cap. I think maybe she has to weigh. I forgot the certain amount, but I know like so. Let's say for example, I know at 140, if you want to fight a welterweight for the welterweight title, you got at least weigh like 142. You know what I'm saying?
For the women.
And I'm just saying for the men. I don't know the rules for the women, but I know like if you're a junior welterweight and you want to fight for the welterweight title, you got at least make like 142. You know what I'm saying?
There's a minimum. Okay.
It's a certain percentage, but I don't remember that off top. I owe you that answer though.
So, okay, then let me ask this then, because like we see that Khalil Cole came in 7 over today, and we'll use Keyshawn and Lemos when they fought. Lemos came in like 15 over. As the person in the bout, once you guys have weighed, you can still make the decision to go ahead with the fight, right? So if a guy came in at 141 and one guy came on target at 147, if he's like, the 141 guy is still willing, and 147 is like, yeah, I'll fight him still too. If they decide, they can still fight, right?
Yeah, well, first it'll go through the commissions. If they will agree to it, they like, okay, this is safe for both fighters, and they'll do it. And then once the commission say it's good, then the two teams, they'll start negotiating. So like Khalil Cole, I mean, he got to pay some bread to Jesse Hart. So it's like, so yeah, after the commission say they're good, then they negotiate.
Okay. All right, then. See, I'm gonna get off her neck, but
No,
I know what I say
good,
still stands. Yeah, like I ain't backing off of that.
Shower, you good though? Speak your piece. And no, ain't nobody mad at you. I just want to holler at you about the weights. That's all.
No,
Everything else, man, do your thing.
I always want clarity.
You gonna feel how you gonna feel. She's not a lot of people's cup of tea. I get it. I really rock with her because what she do in the ring and how she move.
I love that.
Like trying to make the big fights. Because you can't stay looking at her career that she haven't tried to make the big fights. Proof is in the pudding. She fought basically all the top names that you can think of. We just want to see Shadeja, and that's just natural because we boxing fans.
Well, I want a little bit more than Shadeja, but you're right. But I love how she moves in the ring. Like I said, a girl can fight her ass. Ain't nobody like her.
But yeah, I got it. That's why I ain't here to make you like her, and when you don't, that's what it is. I just want to get that point across about the weight because that shit confusing. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that.
Especially when it comes to the women, yeah, I think the men we are clear on that because we watch them so much and we get it. But I didn't know that there was a minimum for some of the weight classes for men. Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's all good. Salute to you though. I gotta run. I appreciate the time. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch you on the next one.
Time. Thank you, L-Dub. I appreciate you.
Yep.
I appreciate you. All right, so there we got some clarity. 2 cents. I'm sorry. It's 11. I see 11 degrees, and yes, it's cold in Colorado, and it can get worse. I'm sorry. I know y'all can hear my little heater. Carrier, hello. How are you? Somebody else is talking weight. I wonder why. Somebody missing weight today. Yes, L-Dub. Shout out to L-Dub for coming up and giving me some clarity on that. Pedal, will Claressa fight? Don't do that for 100,000. Pedal, the last I heard Shadeja say was they were offered 65,000. But now that she has this $8 million deal, she's getting $2 million a fight. Why not give that woman $100,000? And it's a fight that everybody wants to see, right? So shout out to you, Pedal. Welcome in. Blessings to you. Nasty work because this fight already been postponed once before. It's not postponed though, 2 cents. I think they said that they're gonna go through with it. If you're talking about Khalil Cole and Jesse Hart, they're gonna go through with it, from what I'm hearing. Pedal, because they don't Why don't do it in basketball? Why they don't do it in the corporate world? I don't know. But the reality is, before MVP came along, it was much worse. I think Amanda Serrano said she fought like a championship bout for like $5,000 or something. Y'all, I was like, oh no. And you know she be getting hit all up in her head. Market share, money generated. Is that what you're saying about the women? Okay. Well, I don't know that I had more to play for that. Because, I mean, that was just enough. Let me see. Let me see if she says something else. And sorry about the commercial earlier. I told y'all I got to use the restroom sometimes. Shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with her thinking that you know she can beat me in a fight. It's nothing wrong with that, but just know that you know, thinking certain stuff and doing certain stuff come with consequences. And like I said, when it's time for me to go back down to 160, if she really want to fight, we can make it happen.
So she is planning on going back down. So she says.
Oh, wow. Another person who has been on you about fighting and supposedly on social media, Chris Cyborg. She's you famous MMA fighter who's now
Amanda Nunes. I know Kayla Harrison. I don't know who Chris Cyborg is. I'm sorry.
Real talk. I think Chris Cyborg has 4 or 5 fights. Chris Cyborg can box, y'all. She can fight. Why not? It's money. And wouldn't that be a little bit more money since it's a crossover? I mean, even though Chris Cyborg is boxing as a professional boxer, we still, where do we know her from? We know her from MMA, right? She has a huge following. You have a huge following. That sounds like money to me. And I'm sure there's some people that's already interested because they've had words before. So what are we doing? Absolutely, Tay. Thank you. And thanks to L-Dub. I truly appreciate that. Claressa seems like she's running low of money. I don't know about all that. Again, I think she's got fronted, like $3 million to begin. And her fights, if she has fights hereafter, it should be $2 million per fight. I don't know about Pat being in her pockets. Look, Petal, I don't be messing with that. I don't even touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. That stuff that's going on with her and Remy and Papoose. Everybody calling that woman Clarence. This is strictly. I'll be keeping it strictly boxing over here. I don't think her money's running low though. She seems to be fine, and she's about to make $2 million come February 22nd, fighting Franchon. I don't think she hurting for money. Hell, I've been hurting for money. She can help me out, but I'm sure she wouldn't because I'm talking shit. I hope Claressa pull up on you like she did. I hope she don't. Actually, I really wouldn't give a damn. I'm not going to sit here. Well, he didn't go back and forth with her either. But you know what? To be honest, Aircraft, for her own sake, I would hope she's not. In my perfect world, Claressa would stop listening to social media every day. Claressa would be focusing on that damn fight. Because I think Franchon might be trying to come to hurt her this time. Nah, not that Franchon don't ever try to not hurt girls, but because we know how Franchon fight like a damn barroom brawler. I'm just saying. I don't think it's healthy. If a troll came in here like they had before, I'm not paying them that mind. Like, I just don't think it's healthy. And maybe it's because I'm an older woman. If I was 30, would I? I don't know. But clearly it's not putting her in a good headspace. And all the drama, people are attacking her on the daily. And don't get it twisted, because Claressa be out in these streets talking her shit too. So if you're not out here talking shit, people are going to talk shit about you. You're a celebrity. You are an athlete. You're a public figure. your life is out there. People are gonna say whatever the hell they're gonna say. She gotta let that shit go. Or you sit up there and argue with them. But it's making her look crazy. People are coming for her left and right. People is making big money off of being in her business. And I'm not even monetized, but all I want to do is, again, hold fighters' feet to the fire. Be it Richardson Hitchens, be it Claressa, be it Alicia Baumgartner, whoever I keep it boxing. I don't know about her and Pap. That shit don't. She's a juice head. Is she still though? And does she get away with that? I'm asking that in boxing. And I just said Ryan Garcia looked high yesterday. That motherfucker looked like he was floating yesterday. You hear me? It's disgusting. Hey Drew, how you doing? Big bro. If Pap don't be with Claressa on Valentine's Day, it may be a shaky fight. Hey. Would I be bad? Look, and I don't care what y'all say. I don't hate this woman. But would I be bad if I was rooting for Franchon? I wouldn't be. It would just be a choice, right? I really would like to just see a good fight, even though I feel like at the end of the day, nobody asked for Franchon. I really didn't want to see this rematch after 10 years. I say that wanting to see her fight Hannah Gabriels after 7 years. I still want to see her fight Raquel Miller. But I really wasn't asking for Franchon. If you know me, I'm not a fan of Franchon's style. I think it's wild and it's uninhibited. I like clean boxing. Claressa can box her ass off. I actually love to watch Claressa fight. I would love to see her and Savannah Marshall running back. Great ass fucking fight. That was a good ass fucking fight. And now that Claressa's starting to turn over her shots and sit on them a little bit, yeah, man. Could she hurt Savannah the way Shadeja hurt? Because Shadeja cracked the shit out of Savannah Marshall. Look, why she over there talking shit about Savannah? Not Savannah, about Franchon beating Shadeja. Yeah, well, Savannah beat Franchon. Yeah, she did. And Shadeja cracked the shit out of fucking Savannah Marshall. So I would love to see Claressa get another shot to do that. Badass. She went over to the UK and beat the shit out of Savannah Marshall, man. I ain't mad. I love that. I did. I even covered the second card and the third. The third is only so far FA and Charles Martin, but the second card is Jose Venezuela and Diego somebody or other. But it's the two cards on the two fights on the undercard. But yeah, I did. Are you doing the commentary? No, ma'am. No, I be too into the fights to do commentary. I just be, unless it's something that's not being shown on any platform and like you got to pay. Like an obscure one, Punching Grace, which is a Canadian Eye of the Tiger type deal. I'll do them. I did Albert Bell because that was on somebody's damn phone or something. Like, I'll do it then, but no, that one will be on the Zone. I'm pretty sure the Salida card, so I won't do the commentary on it. Hi, Doc. How you doing? Dr. Boxing Talk, another great channel y'all should subscribe to if you're not. Super knowledgeable. Man got a newsletter and everything. This man got commercials. He like the US6, like he got commercials. I would love that. You know, she was supposed to return on the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua card, Doc. Or if it wasn't, then it was Amanda Serrano and Tellez. And for some reason, she fell off. I really wish she would come back. I feel like if she starts fighting again, she could get that thing going. And she's a true heavyweight. You want to fight a heavyweight? Fight Raquel. This has been years of her not fighting Raquel. Years. No, I ain't never threw Conwell away. I love Charles Conwell. Oscar don't love Charles Conwell, Carrier. Oscar won't take that dude up off the shelf after I was about to say Gungura. After he got beat. I never do that. Are you going to the fight? No, ma'am. I should be starting back to work. I should be back at work finally after months and months and months of being off. I should be hitting the road again. I'm so excited. Y'all just don't even understand. And the sensei of humor. Yes, Dr. Boxataki is funny as shit. But he just be talking good shit. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome. Work calling me, but I'm here. I got you on the shot. Workers and helpers keep looking over saying, who sucks? Nobody sucks, shop workers. Nobody sucks. I ain't having y'all come for me. As a matter of fact, I'm about to get my ass up off here. I ain't even want to talk about Claressa no more. Next time, it will be talk about Miss Alicia Baumgartner out here talking crazy to Caroline. She ain't got nowhere to go either, y'all. She got one girl to fucking fight at 130. Unless Alicia moves down to 26 and fights Amanda Serrano, who we all think should not even be fighting no more. Because Katie Taylor's about to retire. I can't remember who the lady is. Now, the lady I told y'all to check out before, Elizabeth Oshoba, she is there. She already fought Delphine Pursoon. Hey, T Hill. T Hizzle.
What up with you? Just so you know, it's me.
'Cause,
You know, people be out
they
there.
better not be stealing your picture.
Hey, yo, I don't know. I don't think I'm famous enough for that type of stuff, but you know, they say I look like Bill Haney. Go figure. And I know I don't look like that ninjalization. But I'll say this. I have no hate in my bone for none of them people out there. I know that you got background noise coming from me. Okay.
No.
Especially for Claressa in the ring, Chlorilla does her thing, no doubt about it, and it ain't even to be contested. Competition be dang, you know, you can see when skill is there, you can see when talent is there, and she's both skill and talent and oodles and boodles of it. So she's the goods, but at the same time, the people that there are for her to fight, they're not a test, and the only fights that truly make sense are the fights that we have seen before. And I don't know where Hannah Gabriels is in this affair. I hope her next fight proves that she still got the goods so that we can possibly get that rematch, because I think that was a fight she did not want again. I kind of fashioned the way I say this because of the fact that when talking about a fight where she looked less than stellar in, that Lonnie Daniels fight, all of a sudden there was a reason. She was injured. The injury wasn't at the forefront when the fight was taking place. Not immediately after the fight was that a conversation piece, but now it is, because you know it wasn't a good look. So sometimes we're just not at our best, and when we're not at our best, the stock that we made of help us pull out those fights. She was still good enough to pull out the fight, and she should be reserved with that, because you know what? She came there to win, and she did win. That being the case, I don't think that Shadeja gives her that opportunity to just look less than stellar and then pull off a win like that. I don't believe Franchon Cruz, even though she's murky like dirty water at times in that ring, she's not going to give her the opportunity to just be off like that and pull out a victory without a fight. One of the best fights I've ever seen as a woman, between her and freaking what's her name, Savannah Marshall, that definitely needs a run back.
Yeah,
definitely needs a run back.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Hannah, because I don't see her having nothing on the horizon. And she said she was gonna have big news. I thought she was gonna get signed by MVP. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on and if she's been signed, or I'm sure she would have announced it. And I ain't seen none, so I'm gonna try to figure that one out. Because everybody wants to see her come back, even if you don't fight Claressa. But you definitely got to fight somebody before you fight Claressa, right?
Somebody. She's. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, get back in fighting form, man. She says she's in fighting shape.
You know what? She's in fighting spirit for sure. And I know that some people, whether they're in shape or not, they still can scrap. She can scrap. Like everything about her is like it's scrappy. So she gonna give somebody a tough fight. Now conditioning helps her to be so much better than most. So I hope she's in fighting condition. I would love to see her fight. She gives performances when she's in there. And you know, I think that that's a possible match down the line because let's face it, most of the people she's fighting, they're not some that we want to see or people we want to see. There are more better options out there that she has fought. But Shadeja is a fight that I think that would captivate a lot of people because of the prospect of her possibly giving her something that she hasn't seen. Me myself, I like Shadeja, but the season, what I saw in that ring against Savannah Marshall, man, she had to pull that in. She had to figure it out.
She did.
And she figured it out.
She should
For
have
sure,
did that
Shawa.
with Franchon. But maybe, like you're saying, and to Claressa's credit, maybe she's giving her that grace to say, get your shit a little bit tighter so we can actually have a really good fight. But with that being said, I don't think Franchon is like that. But Franchon is who she is, and she's been fighting for so long as who she is. But you know, and I'm just not a fan of that style. But maybe she's giving Shadeja some grace to say, "Hey, tighten up a little bit, so we could have a huge and a great fight." Because maybe she does see some of what we see. Shadeja's still putting some stuff together.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. No, that's spot on. And on top of that, you got to think about it. What she said, I agree with. Like, most stuff is on the line for her than any of those women.
That's true.
You know, there's so many people who want to see her fail. Like, for women, she is that girl that, hey, they don't want to see her do well. They want to see her lose. So, you know, she don't want anybody to go in there and stink it up so they can just devalue her even more. Like, nah, I need you at your best so that when I beat you, they won't be taking, you know,
But okay,
roses
we say
will
that,
smell
but
like
look
roses.
at Lonnie Daniels fight. Lonnie did nothing but run from her. Lonnie did like, why did you even pick her? Because if you actually watched Lonnie's fights before then, she was nothing. She was nothing. I would think that would be on somebody's radar for real, for real.
No,
Lonnie
agreed.
ain't like that. Danielle
Agreed.
Perkins can fight, but she didn't show up that night.
Now that was a better scrap than I thought would it be.
Lonnie, Danielle Perkins barely threw her hands. She only threw the left in the 11th round. She didn't.
But what you saw in that scrap was your girl throwing her hands and actually turning over in the process.
Oh, yeah. Good, and I've talked about that because with to your point, with her maybe giving Shadeja grace, Clarissa's also still growing as a fighter. Like I said, she's just now starting to turn over her shots because before it was always slapping shots. She's just now starting to sit on it. We saw that with Lepage, Joannice. You know, you actually knocked that girl down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I still think she shocked her damn self doing that shit. But hey, you did it. You did it. Gave you a whole 3 knockouts. You know, some girls that was knocking each other, that had some, well, they didn't do a bunch, but they were doing more. And they had some good ass scraps. Was like Jessica McCaskill. Somebody who said she would come back is who just fought, who just retired. Jessica McCaskill. She fought her.
But I will say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I say this with the utmost sincerity. I appreciate you because you're one of few who are actually covering boxing instead of stuff that don't even have to deal with boxing. We have people that's getting quote unquote the fights that the people want to see, and yet they rather talk about some nonsense. But here you are covering boxing. So yes, indeed, it is boxing.
Yeah.
And that bad boy is alive and well with Shawala. Yeah, shout out to this young lady.
I'm older than you, I think, sir, but thank you.
Shout out to the young lady.
No, you know
The
I'm
Mystic
boxing. I hate
Mag.
the drama, man. I hate drama. It's
Yeah,
like
people love it though. That's why Real House of what is it? Real Housewives of ATL.
horrible show. Of
Baddies.
any place. Real Housewives
Yeah.
anywhere. Wag.
Real world made the world not so real. That's all I gotta say. And then that it kind of toppled over into these YouTube streets, and some people done lost
It's
their
the
mind.
world
But
in period. It's the world altogether. My husband was just saying that. He's like, everybody out here fucked up.
yeah, hey,
Everybody
and
on
shout out.
Zoom time on every platform in real life. Like,
Well, that's why that man gets to call you his husband because he gotta have some wisdom there. He understand what the fuck he talking about, and he know how to apply it.
he got
But
it.
these Mickey Frickies out here wilding, and you're not. And
Nah.
that's like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? You know when you've been underwater for so long and you're struggling to find the surface so you can get that good breath, but when you finally do it, you come up like, "Ah!" That's what you are.
Yay me. Good. Look, 2 Cent. Hard to be an elite athlete and rapper and a sex symbol. Stop it. I mean, you talking about Claressa.
Hey TD, you don't do that. She don't do that. Just do don't do that. Greg don't do that. There are people who don't do that. Doc don't do that. And that's why I respect and go there and have these conversations because everything is a conversation. We don't always see things eye to eye, but we should be able to discuss what we see without having the tomfoolery kick in, the chicoonery kick in, the nanigans or shenanigans or all of that stuff. And unfortunately, that's what rule the air right now. And all for clicks and giggles. I don't laugh a lot. I'm damn sure not clicking on that ish.
Hold on. Someone tell Thomas Hill that's what YouTubers do. Okay, so
Yeah, I was just responding to that right there. I was messing with my guy TD from the.
Big fat.
That's my guy though. That's another solid brother right there, man. He actually make an effect change in the sport. So shout out to that good brother. He really out there in them streets like that.
Okay, hold on. We got questions and concerns, and I got answers. So who should she have fought? I'm gonna assume you talking about Claressa. This is to Big Facts Media. Shout out to you. Welcome in. Are you? I'm trying to get clarity before I get to answering this. Who should Claressa have fought? What's the difference between who she's fighting and the fighter you just put up? Yeah, the fighter I just put up is actually Cecilia Brækhus. Shout out to Cecilia who just retired. But she's willing to come back, y'all. She says she's actually willing to come back. She ain't quite done. 44 years old, 39-2, 39-2-1, 9 knockouts. Cecilia, I would also say, much like some of the other older ladies, she's done way more than Claressa and freaking Franchon. That's the difference. And the thing is, I believe Cecilia did say she would come back and be willing to fight Claressa, but I think Claressa would obviously have to move down because, again, I don't think Cecilia would be interested in. Look at her weights are kind of consistent. I don't think she would be interested in gaining a whole bunch of weight, even though L-Dub did say these women are moving, they're like 10 pounds over walking around. So maybe if she's 154, maybe she'd be willing to go to super middle. But Cecilia can fight her fucking ass off. That's the difference too. She can actually box. And that's what I was saying to her and Jessica McCaskill, who's also retired. These women can fucking fight. That's the difference. And they don't be in there just windmilling and fucking hooking to the gods. Like it's a difference. It's a difference in the quality. To be honest, again, there's nobody like Claressa in the game, period. Even when I go back, like my GOAT is Ann Wolfe for sure. Ann could bang. Claressa, she can box, she can bang, but she ain't knocking people out like that. Ann was knocking people out like that. Cecilia, yeah, she don't have no high knockout average, but she can fucking fight her ass off. So respect to Cecilia Brækhus. If she comes back, hey, I'm watching. She did Emma Kozin dirty on her way out the damn door. That's the difference. She's not fighting the girls that actually could fight. The ones that are in the game that could fight. And don't get me wrong, she has. She's not acting like she want to fight them now. I ain't talking weight. We already talked weight. We already talked weight with L-Dub, man. Blue Hustle. Some of these folks make this YouTube boxing shit unbearable. Ain't nobody did that for me. Hey. Maybe the snowstorm done did something, and maybe that's my cue to get my little ass up off of here. I didn't say what I had to say. Yeah, that's my goat. I like Layla Ali too, man. And Sophie, this white French lady, she was a dog. I mean, there's a whole bunch of fucking women that have been great in boxing, man. Don't get it twisted. You know, the thing with Claressa and Amanda, I love Amanda. These are women just with more credits and titles and stuff under their name, but that doesn't mean that you take anything away from the other women, right? That have actually put in blood and sweat and tears in this game, and they wasn't getting paid. They wasn't even getting paid, and they was knocking bitches out. I'm just saying. Shout out to women in box. Yeah, man, it's getting better. Shout out to MVP for making a way. Again, I hope MVP actually gets some more men on their roster. Christy, oh my God. Yeah, let me not say Christy. That is a dog. And it's somebody who fought Christy Martin, man. God dang that fight. I think it was the first time somebody really came and fucking banged with Christy, and she was like, bitch, who are you? Who are you? Oh, she might have been American. Oh, what is her name? It was something strange, too. Oh, my God, that girl. Nobody expected that. Is it Deirdre? No, Deirdre's the Irish chick. Look, I don't know. Christy Martin, she was mean, too. I love that shit about her. She was a mean mother sucker. Ah, they had some good ass fucking women, you know, along the years. But substantial people, yeah. I'll have to hit that lady's name up some other time. She got a gang of motherfuckers on her damn record. 49, 7, and 3. 32 knockouts, and she's been stopped twice. Christy Martin, shout out to her, man. I ain't really like some huge pro women channel. I'm for all of them. I love the men. I love the women. I just know a lot of people don't talk about the women, but maybe sometime I have to actually do an homage to some of the women that I actually like in boxing, historically and presently, right? But I don't know what happened to T Hill.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Always appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you tapping in when you do.
Well, you know, I couldn't leave you out here by your lonesome. I know you never by your lonesome, but you know, when the big dog ain't around, somebody got to come through. So I was just coming through to bark a little bit. But you know what? It's all love.
You always add something, so come on with it. Come on. Come on.
And shout out to the chat. The chat has been lit. Shout out to my good brother Oster. Put your link in the channel. Oh, can he put his link in the channel?
Everybody can.
Okay, Blue Hustle, man. to sizzleization. TD. You know what I'm saying? Big Fact Media. Shout out to Big Facts.
Who,
Royal
Big Fact
Constrictor.
Media.
Boy, that's tight.
Yeah,
Boxing Talk, Dr. Boxing Talk, man. And shout out to you, Shawa. Shout out to L Dub coming through, dropping a little knowledge and
show
for the boxing. And on that note, we out.
He's out. Okay. I do think,
Yeah.
okay, so before I do take off, I will do this as well. Because I was talking about this, and I'm gonna just do this real quick. So Alicia, she's fought Delphine before, correct? Delphine, I think, got stopped. Well, the fight got stopped third round from like a headbutt cut, right? I think, if I remember correctly, it might have even went to the cards and they gave it to Alicia Pursoon. No, it was just a no contest. No, just a no contest. So this is the only other lady, really, that's worth anything. She's all right, y'all. But, you know, the way Alicia looked, because she's in a new style with the new coach, and she clearly is catching on quickly. The fight against Layla Boudouin, it actually went a whole lot better than I thought it would. Alicia is gonna be formidable, but there's nobody at 130 for her to fight. The next viable opponent would be Elizabeth Oshoba. Elizabeth Oshoba can box. I've been telling y'all, go check this girl out. But look at her record. She's not on par with fighting AB. And if I seen AB calling this girl out, and I do believe Elizabeth has went to MVP, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see her fighting Elizabeth Oshoba. Let Elizabeth Oshoba get a little season on her. Let her grow a little bit and get better in her stuff, right? The next person or the next best thing that AB could do, move up. You don't have to move up immediately and fight Caroline. Caroline wants to fight Terry. Caroline been calling out Terry Harper way longer than she just ever started calling out. She just started calling out Alicia the February last year. She been on Terry Harper's neck. She was gonna fight Beatrice, but as we know, Beatrice got murked by Alif. Caroline's called out Alif. She's called out Stephanie Hahn. AB can move up and fight Holly Holm. Like there's stuff she could do. Holly Holm is a great name. She has a great boxing, history of being MMA boxing, right? So that's just the point I'm making. Like, and like I said, I'll do an actual video on Alicia and the bullshit her and Caroline are going through, and the fact that Alicia, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire too. Don't be acting like you too good to be out here fighting that girl. Yeah, she calling you out, as she should. As she fucking should. So anyway, y'all. Boop. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys are well. If you are in this region or any region on the east, hey, in the south, if it's fucking snowing, I hope y'all stay warm. I hope you stay safe. Be careful out here on these roads. Be careful out here in life with these damn crazy ass fucking people. There's so much shit going on in this world. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you, Elda, for coming on and giving us clarity. Thank you, Thomas Hill, for always giving a good word. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody that stopped through. New, old, indifferent. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Always, as usual, please stay blessed. You, your family, your homes, all that. Before I go, let me do this too for my brothers. The fight pool didn't quite start, I believe. So let me do this for Oddfella real quick. And also, definitely subscribe to the people in the chat. Very good channels. I rock with, and they rock with me. I appreciate you all very much so.
Do you love combat? Could you use some extra money to pay the bills? Can you pick a winner of a good scrap? Put your moolah where your mouth is. $20 entry fee. Winner takes all. Cash App, $, usual 50/50. Or purchase entry tickets via Eventbrite. Scan the QR code below or visit usualsuspect6.com. The US 6 fight pool starts January 23rd. Just remember,
it's a Usual Suspect day.